Gregg's got to have a huge game. And I think Sam Montoya's got to have a huge game as well.
He was a name I definitely was going to mention next. Yeah. Those two guys are certainly the keys on defense. Herschel Gregg is Herschel Gregg. He's so solid. He's going to give you the numbers. But Sam Montoya, in my opinion, or the way I see him, is he's the guy that's got to make the big play. Herschel Gregg is just going to be a steady force all day. He's going to beat up your running backs. Sam Montoya's got to be the guy with the strip sack or the big, the key sack at the right moment, or whatever the game-changing play is. That's kind of how I see Sam Montoya.
Sam's a guy who also, from time to time, he delivers the punctuating hit. Right? He's the guy who gives you a huge hit that it lifts the whole defense.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah. So Sam's got to have a great game. He's got to stay on the field. There are other guys, of course, that are important in that attack, but two guys on that defense, two names there. And then in the defensive backfield, it's a young and it's a small, undersized kind of defensive backfield, okay? Although they do have a pretty stout and pretty strong safety that we'll talk about in a moment. But out on the corners, these guys have a big job. One of them, you know him pretty well. His name is David Simmons. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, and he's going to have whatever matchup it is tonight, it's going to be a challenge.
Well, David is the even at his youthful age, he's only a sophomore and he's a small guy. David is a great cover guy. He's not the fastest guy out there yet, but he makes up for some of that with his just sheer knowledge and ability to cover. He's a great cover dude. Not very tall, all right, 5'6", and on the other side on that offense, they like to throw the ball up, especially vertically speaking. Throw the ball up and let 6'3", 6'4" Preston Power go after that ball. That's a matchup that I want to see, and I want to see how Simmons reacts to having to cover and maybe try and see if he can get in there, break up a pass intended for Preston Power.
Well, if I'm calling the Sholo offense, that's certainly something I'm going to do a couple times tonight, but that's not going to be my feature, my go-to. It's going to be Nash Brewer because of the speed, and Nash Brewer is a bigger body than David Simmons is. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to go one-on-one out on the edge, and I'm letting Colton Yeager throw a deep ball a couple times to Nash Brewer. They may do that. We saw them do that against Round Valley with Preston Power. The throw wasn't there a couple of times, but he got open. If you recall, Preston Power got open, but he doesn't have the speed that Nash Brewer has. So I'm going shotgun a couple times, maybe even early or after a big turnover or after a big defensive stand, and I'm letting Colton Yeager unleash a little bit. He's got a pretty good arm. Throw the ball deep to Nash Brewer and see if Simmons has what it takes to keep up, not just to keep up with Nash Brewer, but then if he does, can he go up and make a play? Because Brewer is turning out to be certainly one of the best sophomores we've seen this year, but just overall one of the best players.
He's one of the best weapons in the entire 3A East region for sure. And you know what? That Blue Ridge front, right? That Blue Ridge front has their hands full, and they've got a big task because they've got to get pressure on the quarterback to keep their defensive backs from being exposed too much. Because the advantage does belong to Sholo. They've got the weapons, they've got the speed, and if you give Colton Yeager enough time, he's going to find those guys downfield, and it's going to get to be a really ugly night for the Yellow Jackets if they don't do a few of the elementary things well. And they've got to somehow try to find a way from giving him too much time to throw in the pocket.
Frank Girardi's going to have to dial up some timely blitzes.
See how it all goes. That's our big game coverage. We got to wrap up the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, everybody. We're going to head out to the field here very, very soon. You had something else?
I was just going to mention, I was looking on Max Preps. We mentioned Trayson Merrill. I wanted to throw this in there. Their stats say he's got 2 sacks on the year. We both knew that was not correct. We've seen him in person have more than that. I got a response that says at least 8 sacks for the Round Valley defensive end. Sholo had a tough time with him a couple of weeks ago. How can Frank Girardi dial up? He doesn't have a Trayson Merrill, but how can he possibly dial up a couple of blitzes that get a guy in the backfield? You got to get Colton Yeager on the ground. You can't let them have all day to throw the ball. And
undoubtedly,
so 8 sacks for Trayson Merrill. That's where I want to go with that.
Tall order for sure for that Yellow Jacket defense. But all the way around, Blue Ridge has a challenge. In fact, what has gone unmentioned, we mentioned David Simmons, your little brother, Derek. We mentioned David Simmons. What we didn't mention is that David, not only is he going to be called on to help somehow stop that potent and dangerous Sholo offense on defense, but David is also going to get the start at quarterback tonight for the Yellow Jackets because Blue Ridge their quarterback, Hunter Martinez. Well, he's been out for a little bit of time. He's recovering from illness, and he's just not quite back to 100%. So they're not going to use him at quarterback tonight unless they absolutely have to, which they may have to. It's the first time that David Simmons is ever going to start a high school football game at any level. And it's going to happen in a varsity game against that great Cholo defense tonight. And that's something else we didn't talk about. So advantage Cholo tonight in the big matchup, but that's why we play these games, and it is a huge rivalry. And you know that the Yellow Jackets are going to bring everything they've got from the standpoint of what's in their heart, and we look forward to a big one tonight.
I say again, people might be curious why we're doing this game instead of the Snowflake Round Valley game, and that is a huge game. There's a reason why. The implications on this game, Blue Ridge at Cholo, are huge, especially for Blue Ridge.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets desperately need a win tonight at Cholo. Can they pull off the upset and give themselves a prime position to get into the playoffs?
Absolutely.
And if they lose, I'm not saying that they're not going to play hard against Payson next week, but the playoffs are probably a distant memory if they lose tonight. Big game, our Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show tonight at Cholo High School. Derek, thanks for being with us. We'll see you soon.
God bless you. See you next week.
Hey, folks, I want to thank our great sponsoring partners of the Friday Night Football Show, like Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, like Summit Healthcare, like Cellular One of Northeast Arizona, like Beeler Orthodontics. Thank you, guys. Thank you to Beeman Well Drilling. A big thanks goes out to Troy Merrill Farmers Insurance. Big thanks goes out to our newest partner, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, the hospital in Springerville. And they are the sponsor of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game now. And a big thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. They bring you the halftime report in our game broadcast as well. Thank you, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And a big thank you goes out to Joe Bjorn, State Farm Insurance. Thank you to Derek Simmons as well for his contributions here on the radio show. And get ready because it's pregame time and kickoff just a couple of moments away. Now tonight from Cholo High School, Cholo and Blue Ridge on tonight's Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, the Game of the Week broadcast. This is a huge one. Can't wait to bring it to you. And we'll get out to the field next on the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show, everybody.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling. Sports Zone Radio is pleased to announce that we are now live streaming our Friday Night Football Show Game of the Week every Friday night on our website, SportsZone123.com. You're sure to love the high-quality, high-definition live video produced by the best team in the business, and we think that you'll especially appreciate our second-to-none instant replay system. This is Floyd Simmons inviting you to tune in the broadcast on radio at 98.5 KRFM. Listen in on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app and enjoy our live video stream every Friday, plus the replay all week long at SportsZone123.com.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio. It's time to tee it up and kick it off. It's time for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. Presented by Hatch Toyota. Sports Zone Radio brings you unmatched coverage of football from around the White Mountains and beyond. No one does it like Sports Zone Radio. And now you can live stream HD video of our broadcast coverage exclusively at SportsZone123.com and on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. All part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Chaz Hatch refuses to lose a deal over $1. Hard-hitting broadcast coverage of White Mountains football is up next. let's take you out to the field and join our broadcast team for tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week.
Hey everybody, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome into the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota, and you can hear that turbine spinning up out there. It's time for liftoff on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. And they have delivered the game ball and the mascots via helicopter. It's become a tradition in this big rivalry matchup between these two teams. And folks, we welcome you in to Show Low High School, where the Cougars are set to play host to the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. This is a matchup of two teams that are, you couldn't ask for them to be more different, I don't think. The Show Low Cougars, just as fast as you could want a 3A team to be. I think they might be the fastest team in the 3A. As we watch the medevac helicopter take off, get airborne, and welcome us into the broadcast. While the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, they don't have that kind of team speed. They are going to have to rely on some great defensive scheming out there, guys playing responsibility and trying the best they can to keep that Show Low team, who will have the ball first today, keep them in check. And the other thing that they are going to rely on, this Yellow Jacket team, they need some timely possessions. They need to be able to take a lot of time off the clock on some of these possessions. This Blue Ridge Yellow Jacket team, they need some help in a game like this one tonight. Show Low's got the decided advantage. And folks, we welcome you in to our broadcast. Number 7, Show Low, a 7-1 record on the season. That one loss was 2 weeks ago against Round Valley. They bounced back with a big win, scoring 60-plus against Payson last week. The Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets have had a couple of nice wins, including a signature win against a ranked and, at that time, undefeated Prescott team. That was, 3 weeks ago? And the Yellow Jackets bring a 5-2 record in as they pop the ball high in the air. It's fielded at the 20-yard line by the Cougars. And, folks, we're underway on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. A couple of nice stiff arms by Show Low's Bryson Ryan on the return, and he gives the Cougar fans a little something to cheer about as they get it open and rolling here. Show Low High School, the side of our Game of the Week broadcast. Welcome, everybody. You see the replay, and just a beautiful job on the stiff arm. And, the guy that took it on the chin, Cody Wallace, is a very trusty tackler. You don't often see him having issues like that, but Bryson Ryan is a tough guy to bring down. And we'll get a pitch left side on the very first play from scrimmage for Show Low. In the open field is Ryan Kishbaugh, and Kishbaugh takes it out for a big gain on first down. Well, Show Low making some noise early in the game. We'll check the distance for you on that as they spot Kishbaugh down at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 33 yards on that first down play, and Show Low has moved quickly into Blue Ridge territory. They've got the ball. They'll run the stretch play right side. That's Kishbaugh again, bouncing it outside, or is that actually not Kishbaugh? I believe, well, it was Ryan. Ryan get it for a second time. Back-to-back carries for Kishbaugh, and he is able to spread that defense out a little bit. 6 yards the gain on the play for Ryan to bring up second down and 4. Welcome back in, everybody. Show Low High School, the side of our broadcast tonight. Movement early on, and offside on the defense. So the Yellow Jackets pick up their first penalty, and boy, 3 consecutive plays run off, including the penalty there, the hard count to draw the defense offside. You see the movement on the left side of that defensive line for the Yellow Jackets. Peja Hinton getting the early start, and that 5-yard penalty gives Show Low a first down. Handoff up the middle, and that is Cooper Irvin, and Cooper is going to take it to the house for the touchdown. Well, Cooper Irvin is just one of several dangerous running backs that the Cougars can sport out there, and that's an 18-yard touchdown run for Irvin as we get a great look at the replay. Boy, Cooper was hardly touched, wasn't he? I mean, Nobody wanted anything to do with Cooper on that play, and he takes it in from 18 yards out. And just like that, the Sholo Cougars have jumped out on top everybody. They lead 6-0 after failing to get the point after. And we'll grab a timeout and a word in from our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's Hatch Toyota. Back in just a moment. Stand by.
Selecting the Hatch Toyota Tundra you want to be seen driving is no easy task. First off, there are 6 trim levels, from get it done to blow the neighbors away at the HOA meeting. You got 12 colors, from voodoo blue, the Barcelona red metallic. There's even an army green. What do you expect from a truck built in Texas? Heck, the folks over at Kelly Blue Book have awarded Toyota Best Truck Brand for the last 10 years. So whether your cargo is hay bales, quads, or the Pee Wee soccer team, your Hatch Toyota Tundra has the power and the capacity to get everything out and back safely. Hatch Toyota is the White Mountains #1 Tundra dealer. We've got brand new Tundras on the lot right now and more arriving daily. Come test drive one today at Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and HatchToyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Excludes government and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Back to Sholo High School. Welcome back in, everybody, to the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. My name is Floyd Simmons on the play-by-play call. And thank you for joining us on our Sports Zone Radio YouTube channel and Facebook page as well for the broadcast. And after the Cougars marched the ball 73 yards quickly on their opening possession, took less than a minute, took about 44 seconds actually to get it done. The Yellow Jackets will get the ball for their first time today, toss it, and straight up the middle goes Cody Wallace with the little pitch, and Cody will take it from the line of scrimmage, the 40, to just shy of the 40. Well, they can mark him right at the 45-yard line, so a 5-yard gain for the Yellow Jackets as they get the ball for their first time today. And good field position. You saw the return for the Yellow Jackets. They will toss again and try straight up the middle one more time, and that's another 3, perhaps 3 yards. That'll leave them shy of the first down, starting for the first time at quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, and starting his first ever game first time ever in a high school game is David Simmons. I know that guy eats at my dinner table once in a while. Uses way too much water in the shower. And the sophomore lines him up under center, hands off to the fullback. And that is, it's going to be enough for the first down. Needed 2 yards. And the Yellow Jackets will get their first down of the game in Yellow Jacket fashion. 4-yard gain on the play. And it is going to be that kind of Yellow Jacket offense all night long if indeed they're able to see continued success against Sholo. No guarantee of that for sure. That Sholo defense is stout. Toss it. Cody Wallace is a marker down as Wallace gets hit about a yard past the line of scrimmage and then driven back. Massive bodies colliding in the middle of that defense. And let's check and see what we've got for a penalty.
Sideline warning, Sholo.
So the official says, as you heard, a sideline warning on Sholo.
Second down.
9:48 on the clock. As we get it underway, that sideline warning on Sholo is no penalty. So a 2-yard gain a moment ago brings up 2nd down and 8, just shy of midfield. Well, no, past midfield. Sorry. Blue Ridge is into Sholo territory. David Simmons to throw downfield as he rolls out to his right. He got popped on the release. The pass was over the head of the intended receiver. And that right there, the attempted pass, which was, it looks like intended for Sam Montoya, that pass shocks everybody, including me. It was shocking anyway that David would get the start tonight. Hunter Martinez is the usual starter for the Yellow Jackets, but Martinez, a junior, suffered illness and he is trying to make his way back from that right now. He'll play in the game on defense tonight. He'll play in the game on defense, but as of right now, he is not taking snaps at quarterback, and the Yellow Jackets early on in the game, some confusion on offense, have to take a timeout. So we'll grab a word from our friends at Summit Healthcare. And we thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Early lead for Sholo, 6-0. Stand by, everybody. Back right after this.
The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare is offering this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. In fact, Summit is making it simple, easy, and affordable with this special offer. 2D mammos are just $99 now through the end of October. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. A physician order is required. To schedule your mammogram, call 928-537-6554. That's 537-6554. Your 2D mammogram is just $99 now through October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
Back in tune on 3rd down and 8. The Yellow Jackets test the middle again. They're going to get some, but they won't get a ton. They certainly didn't get the first down yardage. That's a gain of 4 yards on the play. Here in the first quarter, a 6-0 Sholo lead. 4th down and 4 coming up, and the Yellow Jackets stay on the field with the offense. They are at the Sholo 42-yard line. Simmons grabbed the play, and then he splits out left. And a slot on that side of the formation as well. Something tells me that Sholo will probably punt the ball. Simmons is back off the line, by the way. That's an illegal formation for sure. I don't think it's going to matter because going straight up the middle, the Yellow Jackets are unable to convert, and the Cougars will have the ball. We're going to say no gain on the play. Straight up the middle. It was Cody Wallace on the carry, and Wallace unable to convert. So, the Yellow Jackets got a couple of first downs, but then they end up turning them all over. And Sholo, already up right now 6-0, will take over the football at their own 42-yard line. Coming up for Sholo. The punt team is out there. Colton Yeager is that guy. Nobody back deep for Sholo or for the Yellow Jackets. And the punt is blocked. Goes straight up, and it hits, and it is covered up by the Yellow Jackets territory. Somebody on the left side was able to reach up, make contact, and block that punt. So the Yellow Jackets will have it at the 45 of Sholo. And back to it we go. There is a marker down, a whistle blown by the officials, and we'll see what they have to say about it. Long discussion out there. Now they're going to speak to the Yellow Jackets, and I think we'll get an indication.
Illegal participation on Sholo, 12 men on the field. That penalty is declined. First down.
Too many guys getting involved. Let me introduce you to the officiating crew. The referee is Jacob Gustafson. He's from Mesa. The rest of the crew is from the Valley area as well. Rob McKinley is the umpire. Daniel Lopez, the line judge. Caden Gustafson, the back judge. And Neil Yazzie, our friend from Tuba City, is the head linesman tonight in the game. Sholo go working on defense. Blue Ridge the pitch to Cody Wallace. Going to cross the line. I mean, just a massive collision out there. 6 yards to gain on the play for Cody. And the Yellow Jackets are hoping for that kind of night all night long. They keep the clock moving, gain 5 yards, 6 yards. If they do that, they're going to hang around in this game for sure. And if defensively they can keep Sholo from too many of those high-octane outbursts that Sholo is capable of with that speed they've got. 2nd down and 4. Yellow Jackets, they will toss it, and that's going to go up the middle for a first down gain. Spot down at the 41-yard line. 8-yard gain on the play. Carrying the football, and I believe for his first time today is Sergeant Slaughter. Seth Slaughter carries the ball to the 31-yard line of Sholo. And that'll bring a first down. First down and 10. Well, again, the Yellow Jackets are doing what they hope to be able to do with routine success, which is move the chains. And they just need to do a lot of that today to overcome some of the deficits that they have. That double wing offense. They line it up. Simmons looks over the defense. And he is going to wait and use and take as much time off the clock as he can. Sets his team. The toss. Slaughter again. And Seth, this time, is knocked down right at about the 28-29 yard line. Short gain. Call it 3 yards on the play for Slaughter. 2nd down play. 6:28 on the clock and counting down here in the first quarter. Sholo on top, 6-0. Well, the Yellow Jackets, they need this win big time. We'll talk more about it, but they're ranked number 12 right now. Sholo number 7. Sholo could afford a loss more so. Sam Montoya gets a toss, and I believe his first carry of the game. Sam, 3 yards to the 25-yard line. Montoya will make his way off the field, limping his way off the field. The Yellow Jackets, so thin in numbers, cannot afford anybody to be lost for action tonight. Simmons lines up that offense, and he'll toss it to Cody Wallace. Wallace caught in the backfield, and a beautiful play defensively. I think that's Preston Power stepping up on that defensive front. I believe he's the guy that got him, wrapped him up, knocked him down. And they will say that he got back to the line of scrimmage, so I'm not sure exactly how that really was even possible. I thought he was knocked down in the backfield. It was not Power, the more I look at it. Cooper Irvin was part of the tackle. Also helping out on the play was Armani Flores. And it's 4th down at 7. And you know what? I may have... I'll scratch that thought for a minute. 4th down and 7. The Yellow Jackets, they're going for it. The 28-yard line, little inside reverse. That trap play, and it's not going to go. They're not going to get the yardage necessary. A 5-yard pickup for a slaughter, but that is just not enough. And the Yellow Jackets, once again, after some moderate success with the football, turn the ball over to Sholo on downs. Sholo has it back with 4:46 on the clock here in the first quarter. And the Cougars will have the ball at their own 23-yard line for a new possession. And they're going to go power over the left side. Stopped quickly by the Yellow Jacket defense. That was Kishbaugh on the carry. Kishbaugh got a single yard on the play. He'll line up, dotting the I formation now for Sholo. Cougars will throw 3 or 4 completely different offenses at you, and a number of formations. Kishbaugh gets spun ahead, and he'll get the benefit of that spin. He'll get the extra yardage on that. As he gains 4 yards, make it 3rd down and 5. As we take a look at the replay. Inside trap. And Paige Hinton, the guy that makes the tackle. 3rd down and 5. Big play defensively for the Jackets. And Colton Yeager back to throw, off balance. That one is dangerous. He got hit on the release, and that certainly disrupted the flight of the ball. Great defense, great pressure applied, and the guy that got there for the Yellow Jackets was Andy Hoffmeyer. Hoffmeyer forcing a dangerous pass into the middle of the defense. And forcing 4th down. It's 4th down at 5, or just short of 5. High snap. And this one is quickly punted away, and Preston Power will be down to down the ball for the Sholo special teams, and that ball is going to be down at the 40-yard line. Well, if you're the Yellow Jackets, in spite of giving up that early touchdown, I think you have to consider the last 2 Sholo possessions as those mini victories, right? A couple of 3 and out put together by the defense. Sholo giving the ball back to the Yellow Jackets, who will work now with the very slight breeze at their back from their own 40-yard line. Let's check and see if Simmons remains at quarterback. He does. And he'll bring the team up to the line of scrimmage. And keeping himself around the left side, and he is going to get hit, knocked down, and a loss of yardage on the play. And the guy that came up and made that tackle is, well, that's one of David's, actually one of his best friends. That's Nash Brewer getting a chance to knock his buddy down for a 2-yard loss. 2 lost on the play. Well, if you're going to get anything positive, it's going to be tough against a very fast Sholo defense. And Nash Brewer, he is the guy that epitomizes the speed of this team. Handoff, and again, big hit. There's a new quarterback out there. That's Hunter Martinez. So Martinez, the original starter, will come in. And by the way, on that last play, that's a no gain back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So after that last play, they change up at quarterback. Martinez in there, and the Yellow Jackets are going to get flagged. Nope, timeout called. Timeout called by. Well, interesting that, I was going to say the head linesman who was on the Sholo side, he indicated that it was Blue Ridge that called timeout, but that Blue Ridge is on the other side of the field. It would be unusual that he would indicate Blue Ridge calling timeout, and he corrected himself, and he did say, after all of that, Sholo called the timeout with 2:14 remaining here in the first quarter, a 6-0 Sholo lead. Back to the Back to the game in Cougar Stadium in a moment. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by.
Insurance is a must, but that doesn't mean you must go broke just paying for it. Contact Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance for a game plan on saving more of your money. Joe and his team offer home, life, auto insurance, and more. With Joe as your insurance quarterback, you'll score big each and every time. And with State Farm cheering you on, how can you lose? Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance, providing blanket coverage of the entire White Mountains. Call Joe at 928-536-7101. That's 928-536-7101.
Take a look at head coach Jeremy Hathcock of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Hunter Martinez rolling out to throw. Escapes the pressure. He'll take it himself. While Cooper Irvin says, not so fast. And he is going to haul down the quarterback from behind. Great pursuit by Cooper Irvin, one of the top linebackers in 3A football. 5-yard gain, though, on the play for Hunter Martinez. And the Yellow Jacket offense brings up 4th down and 7 now. And the punt team, such as it is on for the Yellow Jackets. The kid that drops back to punt, he never appears on the roster. His number is 33. And he just never gets his name on the roster. I'm not sure why. I would certainly love to have it. Maybe Derek down there somewhere can find out who number 33 is, the punter. And we'll get that to you as soon as we can. Hey, it's a pretty good punt that he gets away. And it's fielded at the 34-yard line. Nash Brewer breaks a tackle to the sideline. He's got a head of speed. And down that sideline before getting wrapped up and knocked down on a touchdown-saving tackle. There's a marker down. And the guy that saved the tackle, or saved the touchdown, was Andy Hoffmeyer. There's a marker way back in the vicinity of an illegal block. And the Yellow Jackets are going to get a break on this. I do not believe that Coach Hernandez is too happy about it. There's Nash Brewer, and you've got to do a better job on your angles. I mean, that's just plain and simply. It was the block by Cooper Irvin that brought out the flag, and Cooper's block. You got to get the head across the front, as I understand it. It was good, good block in terms of the physicality of it. That's for sure, but it does cost Sholo a great return. And somehow on those kinds of plays, you got to figure out how to get in front of that guy. Nonetheless, good effort. The penalty, however, marks it back. And Sholo takes over at their own 23-yard line, everybody, with 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 6-0, Sholo is in front of Blue Ridge. The Yellow Jackets take over, single setback, and a quick 3-step drop, throw near side, pass incomplete. Intended to the sideline for Lane Perkins. And there's a possibility it might have been tipped on the release. It does go as an incomplete pass. Slots on either side of the formation. Perkins again to the right. He's the split on that side. Ray Pedraza in the slot on the left side. And a single setback behind the quarterback. He gives, and that is stopped immediately in the middle of that defense by the Yellow Jackets. Boy, what a hit. Royer Gonzalez, the guy that makes the hit for the Yellow Jackets. That's a yard loss on the play. The guy that got the carry was, I believe that was, well, we're looking for it. I believe it was Bryson Ryan that carried the ball. Trouble, pass downfield, pass is caught. What a catch! And a big conversion on 3rd down and 11. That was the unintentional back shoulder fade. Just kind of throw it up there, and Nash Brewer made the catch. We'll check and see what he got out of it. How about 33 yards? They got the defender, David Simmons, all turned around, and 33 yards later, matching, by the way, the longest play from scrimmage previously for Sholo in the game. The Cougars are set up 1st down at the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't the prettiest of passes, but as effective as you want it to be. They'll run the option to the near side. And again, Bryson Ryan, he tried the stiff arm that worked for him the previous time he faced Cody Wallace. This time, Cody wasn't having anything to do with the stiff arm. It's a nice gain, but Cody did make the tackle. 8 yards to pick up on the play. And that'll bring up second down and a couple to go as we see the final seconds tick off the clock here in the first quarter at Show Low High School. Well, what a start to the game, and we're gonna step out for a timeout, everybody. But this one is we got a good one going on, and we invite you to stick around for the second quarter coming up here on this big rivalry matchup between these two great teams. So the Show Low Cougar 6, Blue Ridge nothing on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. We're back right after this.
Ready for a new ride?
2 kids, 2 dogs, too many miles. I'm ready.
Headed since college. I'm ready.
Hatch Toyota has a great selection right now. Nobody has inventory like us. All makes and models, domestic and imports, cars, trucks, and SUVs.
But I don't want to get hustled.
Then don't. At Hatch Toyota, we have changed how to buy a car. Now, a floor product specialist works with you, and they are non-commissioned. Their job is to listen, then to help you score a new-to-you car, crossover, truck, or sport utility that fits your budget and lifestyle. And because we deal with volume, we pass along the savings. Nobody sells a better pre-owned vehicle. So are you ready for a new ride?
I'm ready.
We have inventory. We have product specialists. Nobody sells a better pre-owned car, crossover, truck, or sport utility than Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit, plus tax, title, license, and dealer dock fee. See dealer for details.
Hey, back into it, everybody. Show Low's got the football as we start the second quarter. Second down and a couple, and a broken tackle, and almost a touchdown scamper for Ryan Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh gains 18 yards on the first play of the second quarter. Well, it's that speed we talk about. And the Yellow Jackets are just going to have trouble all night long dealing with it. And Ryan Kishbaugh picks up another Show Low first down. They are working right now at the Yellow Jacket 19-yard line. Want to thank Lauren Webb, the principal at Blue Ridge High School, for the text message and letting me know that the guy that handles the punting duties and I believe also the place-kicking duties for the Yellow Jackets is Cesar Bonilla, number 33, Cesar Bonilla, who not only plays for this football team, he's also part of the Yellow Jackets soccer team as well. So we watch a 5-yard gain by Bryson Ryan. Punishing running style of Bryson Ryan. He's also got speed to go along with some outstanding power. Second down and 5. Stretch play right side, and forced back inside is Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh running hard through the tackles, between the tackles, is going to pick up some first down yardage. Needed 5, and he got 6, so a 6-yard pickup. Will move the chains for the Cougars. Good job by Kishbaugh. Hoffmeyer, the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. Well, here's the first down play, everybody. And they'll give it left side to Bryson Ryan. Was that Bryson? It was actually Ryan Kishbaugh. Pardon me on that. The line of scrimmage was the 8. He got to the 2. Gain of 6 on the play for Ryan Kishbaugh. He was actually following, I guess, the lead block of Bryson Ryan. And Show Low is knocking on the door here. They'll line it up at the 2-yard line. Second down and goal for Show Low. Yeager calls it out, hands it off, and that is a big hit in the backfield. Sam Montoya, coming off the edge, is able to hit Kishbaugh, knock him down, and limit him right there. He got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Almost got the loss on the play as well, the tackle for loss. Great job by Montoya. He again, there you see him coming off that edge. It really was kind of a generous spot by the official, to be honest with you. I think that he really lost a yard, but they're going to mark him back to the 2, so no gain on that play. And then a timeout taken out there on the field. And with that timeout, let's see if we can give you an update. At the end of the first quarter at the Round Valley Dome, Snowflake leading Round Valley 7-0. Snowflake scored their first points of the game at 4:48 on the clock in the first quarter. And I want to thank our good friend and sponsor as well, Joe Bjorn. Joe Bjorn, State Farm Insurance. He is with the team at Round Valley. Joe sending us that scoring update. And a little later on in the half, we'll endeavor to bring on Sports Zone Radio's Patrick Austin. See if he can give us an actual report in the first half of that game. Take a look at what's going on next week to wrap up the regular season. Snowflake taking on Sholo. You see it there on the screen. Join us next week on the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. And that big game, Snowflake hosting Sholo, here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's a quarterback sneak, ball loose on the ground. Blue Ridge recovery inside the 1-yard line. And the officials do say that that was a live ball. It was an actual fumble. And the Yellow Jackets somehow come away with it. David Simmons getting the screen time right there. Must have been the guy that made the recovery for the Yellow Jackets. We'll take an up-close look right here at the replay on that quarterback sneak. And, well, I'm just going to say this. I want to take another look at it again here in a moment as we see the ball come out and David Simmons covering it up right there in the battle for it with Kishbaugh. The Yellow Jackets will hand it off up the middle and try to get out of the shadow of their own goal line. And they do get 3 yards on the play. Ball goes out to the 4-yard line. Well, that was a big takeaway for the Yellow Jackets. And they will sneak the ball out there. That's a look back at that big hit by Montoya earlier. So in a moment, we'll take a look again at the quarterback sneak and see if it's possible that Yeager might have broken the plane of the goal line. Here's a sweep left, dangerous. Ball was hovering around in the end zone for just a bit on that play. Yellow Jackets a bit fortunate that they did not get tackled for the safety. That's going to be a yard loss on the play and bring up 3rd down and 8. Here's that quarterback sneak again. Taking a very, very slow look at it. The quarterback, there's the ball. Boy, it's just, I don't know how you could overturn that on that look, but it's close. It was so close to him getting the ball over the goal line. I'm sure that there are some people taking a look at that and suggesting that should have been a touchdown. If you're a Cougar fan, you probably for sure feel that way. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets spent a timeout on 3rd and 8, working inside their own 5-yard line. And again, a big takeaway just a moment ago on that ball that got jarred loose from the quarterback. We get timeout on the field and a quick word in from our good friends at Beeler Orthodontics, everybody. Stand by. It's the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend. With his team behind 17-0, he was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
Well, to our video audience, I just want to let you know we're going to have to restart our broadcast on video. Hang with us, please, for a moment. Meanwhile, we will continue our radio broadcast. And
then you may qualify for this special limited-time program. Cellular One can help with free talk and text and free unlimited data. Find out how to qualify at any Cellular One store near you. Emergency broadband is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to one line per household.
Hey, back into it, everybody. Welcome back to Show Low High School and the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Well, Show Low gets the safety, and they're going to get the ball back. This could be a big, big moment and a big swing in the game if the Cougars can turn it into points. The kick is fielded at the 30-yard line by Show Low. And a good return. And you might expect good field position after a free kick following the safety. Show Low has the ball near midfield. Looked like the return was taken back by Colton Cloyd for Show Low. And he gets knocked down right at the 49-yard line. The Cougars take over the football. They are at their own 49-yard line, and it's a first down and 10. 7:35 on the clock here in this first quarter. Cougars up under center. Quarterback is Colton Yeager. He'll toss it. The reverse. And a broken tackle, a second broken tackle, and Ryan Kishbaugh will be spun down. Well, he ran a long way to gain the yardage that he got, to gain the 6 yards. And you got to give the Yellow Jackets pretty good credit for contain, just not great credit for the job of tackling. Something that could have been a no gain on the play. And Kishbaugh turned that into a 6-yard pickup, and Show Low's got it at the Yellow Jacket 45-yard line. Yeager under center. He fakes it, dump it out of the backfield, pass caught by Lane Perkins, and Perkins will lower the shoulder. Taken down by Hunter Martinez, and a 21-yard pickup on the pass play. That is a Show Low first down, while the Cougars, showing the advantage they have in speed and athleticism in this game. They have two gains of 33 yards in this one, 2 gains of 18 yards. There's a gain of 21. And Perkins finishing strong. You can see it on the replay right here at the end of it. The ball inside the 25-yard line of Blue Ridge. Handoff up the middle. That's Cooper Irvin on the carry. Cooper takes it inside the 20-yard line to the 18, and that's a 6-yard gain for Irvin. Well, Show Low was knocking on the door of the last possession they had. If you were watching on video, you saw that a tackle made, and the ball came popping out of there, and Blue Ridge made the recovery at the half-yard line. 3 plays later, it was a safety. Now Show Low is marching again. Irvin, right side. He gets hit, keeps going, and then finally taken down with first down yardage. That is a gain on the play for Irvin of 5 yards. 5 yards the pickup for Cooper Irvin. Again, 5 yards for Cooper Irvin brings up first down for Show Low. They are sitting at the 13-yard line of Blue Ridge. Offset backfield, single setback behind Yeager. That's Irvin. Fake it to him. Pressure, and the quarterback is sacked. Tried to set up a little rollout. Sam Montoya off the edge, beat the block of the guy in front of him. I think that was Byron Anderson that was trying to contain, trying to help and give the block on the edge. And, no, it was really nobody. It was a chip block out there that didn't really slow Montoya down from Kishbaugh. And they will mark it back to the 21-yard line. Loss of 8 yards on that quarterback sack for Montoya. Second down play, 2nd and 18 now. And they'll give it up the middle, and that is a hard run straight up the gut by Kishbaugh. He is tackled by Cody Wallace and others. for the Yellow Jackets. They get back the yardage lost on the sack. They get back the 8 yards there. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Big play. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets defensively can take advantage of the quarterback sack. Watch the matchup here on the left side of the formation. Preston Power, the 6'3" receiver, sophomore, guarded there by 5'6" David Simmons. They'll pitch it instead. What a run by Kishba! Takes it inside the 5, and I believe he's going to get the first down. Yes, he got 10 yards on the play. And they'll move the chains. Well, don't really need to move them. That's going to be a 1st and goal. I believe, anyway, I thought I saw an indication from the head linesman that was a 1st down, that they should move the chains. And they finally do agree. He eyeballed it from the side and said, yep, that's enough yardage. Ball at the 3-yard line, 1st and goal for the Sholo Cougars, leading 8-0 now. But before this play can happen, the Sholo Cougars take a timeout. So does Sports Zone Radio. We'll grab a timeout for you, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. We'll get a word in from our friends from White Mountain Regional Medical Center. That's the hospital in Springerville. By the way, they are the presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, which we'll announce at the end of this one. Take this timeout. Back in a moment. The lead for Sholo, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is a mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Sholo with the football, offset I formation, quarterback sneak again. Cooper Irvin trying to help give the quarterback a push, and the Yellow Jackets are just going to plug it up. 1 yard gain on the play. Straight up the gut once again. And denied by the middle of that defense, the guy that finished it off there. Defensively in the middle of that linebacking core, Herschel Gregg, getting at least a partial tackle on the play. So the ball to the 2 yard line. It brings up 2nd down and goal for Sholo. They lead right now 8-0. We've got 2:57 on the clock in the 2nd quarter. Long snap count. They will hand off to Kishbaugh. Kishbaugh sprinting to the right side, and he's going to outrun the Yellow Jacket defense for the Sholo touchdown. Ryan Kishbaugh looking just slightly gimpy, like he might have taken a shot on his leg. Looks okay. And he's got the 2 yard touchdown and put Sholo now in front by 14, and we're going to await the outcome of the point after try here in just a second. Kicking team is on, and a line drive kick that is not going to quite make it up over the crossbar for Zane Engel, Sholo kicker. And that'll leave the score at 14-0. Sholo in front of Blue Ridge here in this first half. Stand by for a word in from Cellular One on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Back in a moment.
Take it to the max with Free for Life from Cellular One. Activate a new line of service with Free for Life, and you'll get the Sky D5 Max smartphone for free. Plus, you get 5 gigabytes of LTE, unlimited nationwide talk and text, and unlimited Facebook for free. See how to qualify and get your free for Life Sky D5 Max smartphone while supplies last at any Cellular One store or at mycellular1.com. Free for Life is a government-subsidized Lifeline product available to eligible customers. Only one Lifeline phone per household. Not transferable. Other restrictions apply.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
The Sholo kick is brought back by Jay Spartan, the sophomore return man, out across the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets will have the ball first down. Saw somebody on that Yellow Jacket return team that was very slow in getting up, but he did eventually get up. And the ball goes to the 28-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. We welcome you back in, everybody, to the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. 14-0 Sholo in front. Yellow Jackets with the football and 2:41 left till halftime. They run the little scissors play, the inside trap to Seth Slaughter. And Slaughter knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for the Yellow Jackets. Look there at A.J. Henderson, who was a part of the stop up front defensively for Sholo. And a look in on the replay. Well, good adjustment. And a good job by A.J. Henderson. Stetson Walters as well, combining for the stop and making it 2nd down and 10. Under 2 minutes now remaining in the first half. The Yellow Jackets are going to use every second of the clock that they can. Now 5 seconds left on the play clock. Toss to Slaughter. Slaughter hit right in the middle. I mean, he got a yard and then he got denied. Walters again on the tackle for the Cougars. And just that 1 yard pickup on the play. 3rd down and 9. Now 1:27 remaining in the half. The Cougars are doing a great job. We have seen the Yellow Jackets run between the tackles with this double wing offense effectively against teams like Prescott that had a physical and athletic defense. Ran it well against the Winslow Bulldogs, who were pretty strong as well, but Sholo packing it in there on defense, doing pretty well. Rolling out, throwing downfield, pass caught, Hoffmeyer, and hey, how about the Yellow Jackets completing the forward pass? And I mean, that's what they call it around there, the forward pass. They're not used to throwing the football downfield very often, and it comes out a bit wobbly. Hoffmeyer hanging up, waiting for it at the 49-yard line. It ends up being a gain of 22 on that last play. Big pickup and another pass. And this time through the hands of Hoffmeyer. Catchable, but it would have been tough, and he took a shot at the end of it. He'll get up slowly after the play. Incomplete. Look at the Yellow Jackets deciding to shock everybody in the stadium. You see the ball there? Yeah, it goes right through the hands. I mean, that's a catchable ball. Hoffmeyer, who hauled in that previous reception, he's going to be kicking himself on that one. Ball is at the 49 of Sholo, and that stopped the clock. Bring up 2nd down and 10. 36 seconds remaining here in the half. Now, the Yellow Jackets could let it run out. Obviously, you're going to run a play right here. But they don't have to run another play after this one, whatever that might be. And look at the offensive set. A slot right formation. Are you kidding me? And the quarterback who slipped, Martinez slipped on the release, and it was nearly intercepted on an underthrow. His footing came out as he was trying to throw it deep to looking for his teammate Cody Wallace deep downfield. The incomplete pass will stop the clock again. 31 seconds remaining. Now this is where you get a little dangerous, because you have to ask yourself, do we want to try to take a shot, or do we want to run the clock out? 3rd down and 9. I suspect that Coach Hancock at this point is going to keep it on the ground and be content with letting the half end and not giving Sholo any more chances. Here's a little toss to Seth Slaughter. Slaughter is going to pick up 5 yards on the play on what is probably the final play of the first half. There is 18 seconds on the clock. Neither team. Well, no, Sholo's got it. They have a timeout, I think. Hold on a second. They have stopped the clock with 18 seconds. Well, I guess they stopped because there's a marker down.
After the play is over, personal foul. Late hit, number 31, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
They flag Colton Cloyd for a late hit, and that'll move the ball, advance it inside the 30-yard line, ball to 29. By the way, a field goal try from this spot would be right at about 46 yards, but they're not trying that. 15 seconds remaining here in the half. And Cholo has elected to call what I believe is their final timeout of this first half. 14-0, Cholo in front. Thanks again to Joe Bjorn. Joe Bjorn, State Farm Insurance. Great partners of ours here on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week and the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show. But Joe also is the consummate Snowflake Lobos football fan. And Joe he's going to give us a scoring update here. It says a pick six for Snowflake from the Round Valley 45-yard line. And that makes it 22-0 Snowflake with 4:07 on the clock in the second quarter. Lobos jumping out with the big lead in the first half over Round Valley. And I think if both teams played their best game, I think you'd get Cholo, you'd have a Snowflake victory by about that measure. First down play, the ball at the 29-yard line of Cholo for the Yellow Jackets. They'll toss it. Halfback pass. This is going to be into traffic. And it's completed downfield to Seth Slaughter. And there's still time on the clock. You got to be kidding me. Wow. The Yellow Jackets, can they get up and spike the ball and stop the clock? And they do with 5 seconds remaining in the half. That was a 26-yard pass play. It hung up there. The halfback toss by Sam Montoya. And look at Seth Slaughter on the replay coming back to it. There's all kinds of green jerseys out there. A lot of traffic, but the pass completed to Slaughter. And the Yellow Jackets have a chance here. They can run one offensive play from the 3-yard line. What will they elect to do? They're going to try to put points on is what they're going to do. They're going to bring the kicking team out. I believe that's Dominic Ortega, if I'm not mistaken, the kicker. And the kick is going to be pulled left. Will it sneak in? It does! Sneak in there! How about the Yellow Jackets getting points on the board before the half? They'll take the 3 on a 20-yard field goal, essentially a point after try. And by the way, it left 1 second on the clock. Ouch. And that could be scary. Let's get a word from Summit Healthcare. And then that final kick and the final play coming up of this first half. Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Back in a moment.
The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare is offering this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. In fact, Summit is making it simple, easy, and affordable with this special offer. 2D mammos are just $99 now through the end of October. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. A physician order is required. To schedule your mammogram, call 928-537-6554. That's 537-6554. Your 2D mammogram is just $99 now through October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
The Yellow Jackets will kick the ball off to Cholo. And if they are smart, they are going to kick the ball low and short and into those guys up front and not give Nash Brewer or anybody else back deep a chance to return the football. If they're smart, we'll see if they're smart. And they kick the line drive. Colton Cloyd, I believe, is the guy who picked it up. Big hit by the Yellow Jackets, and you can hear their fans respond to it. That'll take the final 1 second off the clock and take us into halftime on senior night for the Cholo Cougars. As we get a shot right there going into our break at halftime. And you'll see that big hit. Now, I'm going to give credit. I believe the guy that delivered the hit was Philip Kochitiwa. And Kochitiwa is the guy that helps end it in the first half. The Yellow Jackets put points on the board right there on that 20-yard field goal, and they'll get out of it without any further damage than that. And we'll get a chance to break it down on the upcoming Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. And we'll also get more for you as far as an update goes on the big game going on right now at the Round Valley Dome. Stand by. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. It's 14-3. Sholo in front. Don't go anywhere.
Ready for a new ride?
2 kids, 2 dogs, too many miles. I'm ready.
Had it since college. I'm ready.
Hatch Toyota has a great selection right now. Nobody has inventory like us. All makes and models, domestic and imports, cars, trucks, and SUVs.
But I don't want to get hustled.
Then don't. At Hatch Toyota, we have changed how to buy a car. Now, a floor product specialist works with you, and they are non-commissioned. Their job is to listen, then to help you score a new-to-you car, crossover, truck, or sport utility that fits your budget and lifestyle. And because we deal with volume, we pass along the savings. Nobody sells a better pre-owned vehicle. So are you ready for a new ride?
I'm ready.
We have inventory. We have product specialists. Nobody sells a better pre-owned car, crossover, truck, or sport utility than Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit, plus tax, title, license, and dealer dock fee. See dealer for details.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is a mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Any insurance agent can provide a quote, return a phone call, or claim to have the best rates. But will your current agent fight alongside you if and when you need to make a claim, discuss options when life changes, or put you and your needs first? At the Troy Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency, that's exactly who you'll get. People over profit. Years of expertise and knowledge, personalized service, and a straightforward, comprehensive, and cost-effective insurance solution. Call or visit the Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency now and experience exactly what you've been missing.
The team at Beam & Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Well, this month, when you use the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass to replace your insured windshield, you have a shot at getting them all. This month, everyone who gets an insured windshield replaced gets 2 tickets to the
Willis Farm Haunt, Night of Pestilence.
And then your name goes in the hat to be drawn for an escape to Las Vegas, where you will have lower level premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today, 536-5972.
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Hey, sports fans, welcome back in to Show Low High School and the Mountain Mobile Autoglass halftime reports, where tonight the Cougars have a 14-3 lead over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets here at the break. Welcome back to Show Low High School, everybody. Floyd Simmons here on the play-by-play call. Well, obviously, there's not a lot to say as far as the score goes. Show Low did score the first points of the game on their opening possession. They got the ball first, and they went on a very, very fast, very quick three-play drive is all it took. They did get the benefit of a penalty, a defensive penalty that helped them along the way. But it was 3 plays, a 33-yard pickup, 6-yard play, and then an 18-yard touchdown run by Cooper Irvin to open the scoring, and that came with right at 11 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Irvin's touchdown run was followed by a wide left point after try. And Show Low had a 6-0 lead. Just seconds into the game. The Blue Ridge moved the ball on their opening possession into Show Low territory, but could not advance it past the 42-yard line where they gave it up on downs. Show Low took back over, and it was a 3-and-out. Blue Ridge moved the ball again after partially blocking the punt and taking over with great field position. Blue Ridge moved it a bit, but again gave it right back to the Cougars at the Show Low 23-yard line. Another 3-and-out for the Show Low offense. Then Blue Ridge went 3-and-out. Show Low got the ball back to finish out the final 59 seconds of the first quarter, and they drove the ball, and they drove it nicely. They went on a drive from their own 23-yard line. But the 9th play into that possession was a fumble. They had the ball on the 2-yard line, quarterback sneak, and they had the ball popped loose from Colton Yeager's grip. And the Yellow Jackets made the recovery. David Simmons getting on top of the ball inside the 1-yard line. And as you might expect from that spot, and with Show Low's aggressive, physical, fast defense, they were able to 3 plays into the Yellow Jacket possession force a safety. They tackled the Yellow Jacket runner in the end zone, got the 2 points. Then the Yellow Jackets had to free kick it away. They did. Show Low got great field position off that, and they went on a 51-play, 9-play drive that took 4 minutes and 54 seconds off the clock and resulted in a 2-yard touchdown run for Ryan Keshbaum. That came with just 2:49 remaining in the first half. The point after try was no good for the Cougars. But with that safety earlier, Show Low had a 14-0 lead. Well, the Yellow Jackets got the ball with that 2:49 remaining. They had a 72-yard field in front of them. You know what? Surprised everybody by moving the ball effectively down the field, including a couple of long passes. One pass got them inside the 5-yard line, and that set up an opportunity to take a shot at the end zone. Instead, what they did do, after spiking the ball, stopping the clock with just 4 or 5 seconds remaining in the half, they lined up and kicked a 20-yard field goal. The kick was good. The Yellow Jackets, at least at this point now, have avoided being shut out in the game. And this Show Low team, defensively, they have a number of shutouts this year. They're not going to get one tonight. As our score goes to 14-3 here at halftime, everybody. Stand by, stick around. We'll look in a moment. We'll take a look for you at the first half stats. And I'll just give you the basics here. Show Low has just about doubled up Blue Ridge total offense. Show Low sitting at, I believe it was 196, maybe 193, 193 yards of total offense for the Cougars in the first half. And the Yellow Jackets have exactly 100 yards of offense so far. Before the break, we do have to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
You're listening live and local in the White Mountains, everybody, on your White Mountains home for Sports Zone Radio, and that's 98.5 KRFM Show Low. Here our halftime score is 14-3. The Cougars out in front of the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets on this one tonight. It's actually a very mild evening, a pretty good night out here for football. The weather is compliant. We'll grab a timeout and word in from our presenting halftime sponsor, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Stand by.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today. 536-5972.
Insurance is a must. That doesn't mean you must go broke just paying for it. Contact Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance for a game plan on saving more of your money. Joe and his team offer home, life, auto insurance, and more. With Joe as your insurance quarterback, you'll score big each and every time. And with State Farm cheering you on, how can you lose? Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance, providing blanket coverage of the entire White Mountains. Call Joe at 928-536-7101. That's 928-536-7101.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is a mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
It just doesn't matter what you do. There's always a holiday or a special occasion to celebrate with the people who mean the most to you. And that's why there's Hallmark in Pine Top. Whatever you're looking for, we're bound to have it. Stuffed animals, toys, fashion, and accessories. Themed gifts of every kind, and of course, Hallmark's favorite gift cards. We're open Monday through Saturday till 6 p.m. and Sundays till 4. You can't miss our beautiful store just a mile south of Safeway, the Hallmark store in Pine Top.
Need COVID relief? Cellular One is here to help with free unlimited data to individuals on qualifying government assistance through the Emergency Broadband Program. On government assistance or the free or reduced hot lunch or breakfast programs, then you may qualify for this special limited time program. Cellular One can help with free talk and text and free unlimited data. Find out how to qualify at any Cellular One store near you. Emergency Broadband is a government benefit program and customers must qualify. Some restrictions apply. Limited time only, non-transferable. Limited to 1 line per household.
Selecting the hatch Toyota Tundra you want to be seen driving is no easy task. First off, there are 6 trim levels, from get it done to blow the neighbors away at the HOA meeting. You got 12 colors, from voodoo blue, the Barcelona red metallic. There's even an army green. What do you expect from a truck built in Texas? Heck, the folks over at Kelly Blue Book have awarded Toyota Best Truck Brand for the last 10 years. So whether your cargo is hay bales, quad, or the Pee Wee soccer team, your hatch Toyota Tundra has the power and the capacity to get everything out and back safely. Hatch Toyota is the White Mountains #1 Tundra dealer. We've got brand new Tundras on the lot right now and more arriving daily. Come test drive one today at Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Excludes government and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Halftime at Shoalo High School. Tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota, and this is the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Halftime. Welcome back in, everybody. Floyd Simmons here with the breakdown. And it kind of looks like this as we take a look at the first half stats in this one. The Shoalo Cougars have a decided advantage in total offense, 193 yards of offense in this one for Shoalo. Surprisingly, they have really almost as much time of possession. Only 2 minutes separate the two teams, and that's really not very much difference. 10 minutes and 47 seconds of possession for Shoalo in the first half. As I said, 193 yards of offense, 9 first downs collected by the Shoalo Cougars. They've run 27 offensive plays, averaging 7.1 yards per gain on the strength of some big plays. I'll mention those to you here in a moment. Let's see, 139 yards on the ground, running the football for the Cougars, 54 yards passing here in this one so far. Been penalized 2 times for 20 yards. That's a big note right there. That is huge. And one of those was a 15-yard personal foul, yes. But the fact that they've kept it that clean and only committed two penalties, that is a big indicator of some progress that they have made, cleaning some things up. So give them a lot of credit for that. They fumbled the ball once, lost that right out near the goal line. So they lost that as their only turnover so far in the game. Quarterback Colton Yeager is 2 out of 6 for 54 yards in that first half. His 2 pass completions have been caught by Nash Brewer, caught 1 for 33 yards. Lane Perkins caught 1 for 21 yards in the game. And running the football, Ryan Kishball, right at the century mark. 12 carries, 100 yards, averaging 8.3 yards a carry, and he's got a touchdown to his credit as well. He's rushed for a touchdown. Cooper Irvin has 3 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. His was an 18-yard touchdown run. Bryson Ryan, 3 totes of the football for 12 yards. The quarterback, Colton Yeager, 3 carries minus 2 yards. In the game, Nash Brewer, well, no, he hadn't carried the ball yet. Nash has not. Those are your Sholo numbers. Take a look at the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. 100 yards of total offense, 5 first downs for the Yellow Jackets. They've had 13 minutes and 13 seconds time of possession. And you know what? They've run 25 offensive plays, just 2 fewer than Sholo, which is a little surprising. Yards rushing in the game for the team, 52 yards on the ground for the Yellow Jackets, 48 yards through the air. A little surprising that they have 48 yards passing. And they've only been penalized 1 time in the game. That was a 5-yard penalty marked off against the Yellow Jackets. So these 2 teams have kept it very clean. That officiating crew is mostly from the Valley area, from the Phoenix Mesa area down in the Valley. And there is one member of that team from Tuba City, our friend Neil Yazzie. Great official that we know as primarily as a basketball official in our experience, Sports on Radio with him. Good to see our friend Neil Yazzie part of the crew tonight working this Sholo game. And they have thrown their flags just 3 times in the game, twice on Sholo, once on the Yellow Jackets. Throwing the football, let's see, Hunter Martinez is 1 out of 2 for 22 yards. Sam Martinez is 1 for 1. Sam Montoya, pardon me. Montoya is 1 for 1 for 26 yards on that completion that he threw. And David Simmons did not complete his only pass attempted in the game. Leading receiver Seth Slaughter caught 1 pass for 26 yards. Andy Hoffmeyer caught 1 pass for 22 yards. And running the football, Seth Slaughter is leading the way. 11 carries for 26 yards for the Yellow Jackets. Cody Wallace, 5 rushes for 13 yards. Well, it says Franco Harris, 1 carry for 4. We're going to have to figure out who that was because Harris is not playing today. So we'll correct that. Figure out who had that carry for the team. Sam Montoya, 2 carries for 6 yards. Hunter Martinez, 1 rush for 5 yards. David Simmons, 1 carry for minus 2 yards today for the Yellow Jackets. Those are your numbers. Again, total offense, 193 for Sholo and 100 yards even for the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets as we wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent halftime report, everybody. We'll return to the field here at Sholo High School, Cougar Stadium, for the second half here in just a moment. The Yellow Jackets haven't come back out, but I think they're due to be out here shortly. The Sholo Cougars are warming up, getting ready for the second half, and Sholo's got the lead, 14-3. Don't go anywhere. Second half begins next on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota, and a big thank you to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Intent for their sponsorship of the halftime report. Back after this.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Well, this month, when you use the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass to replace your insured windshield, you have a shot at getting them all. This month, everyone who gets an insured windshield replaced gets 2 tickets to the
Willis Farm Haunt.
Night of Pestilence.
And then your name goes in the hat to be drawn for an escape to Las Vegas, where you will have lower level premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today, 536-5972.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend with his team behind 17-0. He was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare is offering this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. In fact, Summit is making it simple, easy, and affordable with this special offer. 2D mammos are just $99 now through the end of October. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. A physician order is required. To schedule your mammogram, call 928-537-6554. That's 537-6554. Your 2D mammogram is just $99 now through October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Take it to the max with Free for Life from Cellular One. Activate a new line of service with Free for Life, and you'll get the Sky D5 Max smartphone for free. Plus, you get 5 gigabytes of LTE, unlimited nationwide talk and text, and unlimited Facebook for free. See how to qualify and get your free for Life Sky D5 Max smartphone while supplies last at any Cellular One store or at mycellular1.com. Free for Life is a government-subsidized Lifeline product available to eligible customers. Only one Lifeline phone per household. Not transferable. Other restrictions apply.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
Hey, we're back into it, everybody. Welcome back to our broadcast location at Sholo High School and the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. And Jay Spartan gets the return and takes a big hit from the Sholo coverage team as we get the second half underway. Welcome in number 7 ranked Sholo taking on number 12 Blue Ridge on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. And we want to thank Hatch Toyota, our presenting sponsors of the Game of the Week, presenting sponsor of the Friday Night Football Show. And a successful first half for the Cougars. They just about doubled up Blue Ridge in total offense, and they've got a 14-3 lead right now. The Yellow Jackets get the ball first to start the second half. Here we go. As they go straight up the middle with it. Now, by the way, I'm just going to say, I didn't see who carried it. The fullback had it. We got a report that Royer Gonzalez, number 72, was injured going into the locker room and his knee was wrapped up. But guess what? Royer's out. So now they took a look at him in the locker room and said, hey, you can keep on playing. And he's back at it. So the ball carrier, by the way, on that last play was Crete Valerie. Crete Valerie with a 4-yard gain. And now they'll give it and get stopped, by the way. No, was that Seth Slaughter? It was. Seth with the carry. Sholo with the stop. And it looks like what did I say on that previous play? Maybe it's 3rd down and 6. Let's just call it that. 3rd and 6 for the Yellow Jacket offense. Everybody, second half underway here from Show-Low High School. The Sports on Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. Here's a screenplay that is going to result in an incomplete pass to Hoffmeyer. Pass, they were looking for Andy Hoffmeyer and tried to set the screen up on the left side, and the Show-Low Cougars would have nothing to do with it. Right in the middle of that, Colton Cloyd was right there helping to bust it up. Also there defensively was Gabe Benali for Show-Low. And it'll bring up 4th down, and the Yellow Jackets are going to punt the ball away. You might expect from a spot at their own 28-yard line. Here's the snap, and here's the kick. And it's going to hit at the 49 and roll inside the 40 for Show-Low, down at about the 36-yard line. David Simmons and others in coverage for the Yellow Jackets down to spot it down, and we are underway in the second half, everybody. First possession of the day, first possession of the half, is a Yellow Jacket 3 and out. So Show-Low's defense sets an early tone, and they give Colton Yeager, the quarterback, and that Cougar offense chance with the football. Early going second half. Trips formation on the right, and there's a ball that is knocked loose. That was a big hit in the middle of the defense, and I believe David Simmons has made his second fumble recovery of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Watch the big hit in the middle. I believe this is Herschel Gregg, and it was, Herschel just absolutely blows up Cooper Irvin and forces the fumble. Simmons on top of it, and the Yellow Jackets get their second takeaway of the game. Second fumble recovery for the Yellow Jackets. So that fumble sets the Yellow Jackets up in pretty good field position. Hey, those two guys, clash of titans right there. Wow. Really loved seeing that. That's what you bought a ticket for. Here's a handoff to Seth Slaughter. Colton Cloyd grabs the jersey, takes him down, and an assist as well coming in from the middle of that defense. The guy that also helped out on the play was Armani Flores, tag teaming with Cloyd to make that tackle, and a 3-yard loss on the play for the Yellow Jackets. Well, big play. Can the Yellow Jackets do something about it? Can they turn that turnover into points and shift the momentum? It looked to me like, Show-Low was in prime position to develop a ton of second half early momentum, but then the big hit by Herschel Gregg and the forced fumble. Here's the toss, and it's going to be a pretty nice pickup left side. When I say nice, I mean, that's all relative, right? I think it's a 6-yard gain on this play for Seth Slaughter. Let's see here. Depends on where they end up putting the ball down. That's a 5-yard gain. Slaughter for 5, and 3rd down and 8 ensuing for the Yellow Jacket offense. Led out there by the quarterback, Hunter Martinez. Well, we've seen the Yellow Jackets throw the ball a little more than usual. And a reminder that the White Mountain Regional Medical Center and Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game will be announced toward the end of our broadcast. Quick snap, handoff Slaughter. He gets hit early, and then he gets knocked down right at the 35-yard line. That should be a pickup of about 2 yards. And a good job in the middle of the Show-Low defense to limit the damage. So 2 yards of the pickup. 3rd down and 6. Now, make it 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets should be going for it all the way right here inside Show-Low territory. And Seth Slaughter injured. And he leaves the field slowly for the Yellow Jackets. Seth is just, he's got the worst luck. Every time you turn around, Seth is limping off the field, and he does so again here. 4th down and 6. They'll run the little trap, the scissors play, and Sam Montoya could just not quite get up ahead of steam, and a couple of those defenders combining to make the tackle. How about the job by Ryan Kishbaugh, and he was helped by Jeremy Kishbaugh, the Kishbaugh twins, combining, limiting that to a 4-yard gain when they needed 6. Montoya stopped short, and the Show Low Cougars get it back on downs. Well done by the Kishbaugh twins. And at 7:50 on the clock here in the third quarter, it's another chance for that dangerous Show Low offense to take over. And they'll run it up the middle. Big hits happening in the middle of that Yellow Jacket defense. Paige Hinton, one of the guys that comes up off the bottom of the pile there. I believe the quarterback kept it himself, Yeager. Yeah, it was a broken play, and he had to keep it. And Hinton is the guy in whose arms he ran right into. A 3-yard pickup on that last play. Whistles. Timeout. I think the Yellow Jackets decided to spend this timeout. They call the timeout. And we'll grab one as well here on the radio. A quick word in from our very good friends at Beeman Well Drilling, everybody. 14-3 Show Low lead. The Cougars have the football, and we'll return to Cougar Stadium in a moment. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota.
The team at Beeman Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beeman Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beeman Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beeman Well Drilling.
Out of the timeout on 2nd and 7, Colton Yeager trying to hit Nash Brewer on that slant, and it's a little shy, a little short, incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down and 7. And we've got 7:11 on the clock here in the third period. Well, it was a catchable ball, but it would have been a difficult catch for sure, and Brewer would have been down on the spot. I don't think he could have gotten up and done anything about it. 3rd down and 7. Single setback, stretch play, right side. Bryson Ryan, and there is Herschel Gregg meeting him and stopping him in his tracks. Not something you're used to seeing, that's for sure. Herschel there on the tackle. Crete Valerie getting there as well for the Yellow Jackets, and a no gain on the play for Bryson Ryan. I mean, Bryson is a completely downhill runner, but he fortunately ran right into a mountain in the form of Herschel Gregg, who makes another big hit here in the second half, and a block punt. Picked up by the Yellow Jackets, and they'll take it inside the 10-yard line. Big block. Marker down on the Show Low sideline. That's probably going to work against the Cougars. And the Yellow Jackets have made a huge special teams play to put themselves in prime position. Blocked punt.
Interference. Blue Ridge. That is their second. This will be a 5-yard penalty. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Okay, so the official called a penalty on Blue Ridge. And that was an incorrect call. They go half. It was actually against Show Low, and it's half the distance. Ball is at the ball's at the 7-yard line now after going half the distance on the mark. Oh, well, they're going to mark it off half from there, right? I believe it'll go to the 3.5-yard line, and that's what they do. So the ball at the 3-yard line after let's call it a 4-yard penalty. And with 6:33 on the clock, the Yellow Jackets take over with a chance to put their first touchdown on the board. Sam Montoya with the carry. And let's see what Montoya got. How about a yard gain on the play for Sam? Wow. The blocked punt. I've been saying all season, I think that the Yellow Jackets are the ones that are going to get a punt blocked. They're the ones that come up with a big play, and they'll work from the 2-yard line now. Handoff up the middle. Montoya has it. The push in the middle of all that massive humanity, and they're going to say he gets knocked down right near the goal line. Maybe the half-yard line. We'll get a good look at it here. We give it to the fullback, Montoya. Boy, that... I don't know how you don't get in the end zone on that. I'm shocked. Well, get it inside the 1-yard line, okay? So a yard gain there by Sam. Give it to him again. This time Montoya is able to break the goal line, and the Yellow Jackets have their first points of the game. Or rather, their first touchdown in the game. A 1-yard Sam Montoya touchdown. They just kept giving it to him. Steady diet of the fullback. And with 5:18 on the clock in this third quarter, the Yellow Jackets break the ice. They've got their first touchdown of the game. Here comes Dominic Ortega, sophomore kicker. I know Dominic. I coached him many years ago in flag football out of the hold of Cody Wallace. That's a beautiful kick. Dominic delivers. He pierces the uprights, and we've got a 4-point game here in the second half. Sholo 14, Blue Ridge 10. It's the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. Stand by, everybody.
There's a season for everything. And when it comes to braces for your child, that time is usually now because time goes by so fast. But the expense of orthodontic care can make parents put it off, oftentimes too long. That's where Beeler Orthodontics steps in to take the pressure off your checkbook. Beeler offers custom payment plans so treatment can begin immediately. The perfect payment plan is just a visit away because at Beeler, we don't think you should have to wait another minute. Call 537-7775. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
Insurance is a must, but that doesn't mean you must go broke just paying for it. Contact Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance for a game plan on saving more of your money. Joe and his team offer home, life, auto insurance, and more. With Joe as your insurance quarterback, you'll score big each and every time. And with State Farm cheering you on, how can you lose? Joe Bjorn State Farm Insurance, providing blanket coverage of the entire White Mountains. Call Joe at 928-536-7101. That's 928-536-7101.
Well, the Yellow Jackets take advantage of a blocked punt, get themselves set up, and cash it in for the points. Blue Ridge has kept themselves in the game thanks to 2 fumble recoveries and that blocked punt. And we got a 4-point game. Sholo 14, Blue Ridge 10. Here's the short kick and the return, and the Cougars going to have the ball at their own 36-yard line. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium, everybody. Floyd Simmons on the play-by-play call of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Good-looking Nash Brewer, sophomore. And for the Yellow Jackets, they've got to be pretty happy with the job of bringing him down because we have seen just how dangerous he is. Here's a handoff that will take the ball out to the 40-yard line. Ryan Kishbaugh. Nope. Take it back. That's Cooper Irvin. Irvin on the carry, 4 yards to gain. Spot of the football, the 40-yard line now. The Cougars' own 40-yard line with the football. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the third period. So we see Royer Gonzalez returning to the field for the Yellow Jackets. A guy that is just as stout in the middle as they get, and he lines up at that nose tackle position. for the Yellow Jackets. Handoff right side. That is, I believe that is Kishbaugh. But, you know, it could be any number of those talented running backs that that lineup in that backfield. It was Kishbaugh. And Ryan picked up 10 yards on the play. And Ryan had 100 yards rushing in the first half. Oh, he is just really coming on as a strong finisher. You know, last year he could not do that last year. I don't know how much weight he's put on. I'm going to guess maybe 10 pounds-ish since he was a sophomore. And even since the beginning of this season, he is starting to show more. He will be brought down, though, before he can get to the corner and turn it up. And Cody Wallace, a great job on defense. That you cannot underestimate how big a play that is. There's a marker down, by the way, thrown by the referee and thrown, it looks like, after the play. They're going to spot this for a loss if it stands.
Number 88. Holding. Offense. Number 88. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still, first down.
The Yellow Jackets are going to go ahead and take that penalty and mark it off from the spot, which was the 49-yard line of Blue Ridge. Well, no, they mark it from the backfield is where they did. They marked it from where the tackle was made. Interesting enough, 10-yard penalty. And that brings up 1st and 21 for the Cougars. And they'll spread the formation. Nash Brewer at the bottom, and press coverage provided by David Simmons, and he is tight. I don't like it. They're going to target, go right after Simmons, and the ball is thrown out of bounds, incomplete. Hey, is this game getting fun or what? You see sirens coming in, by the way, and that's never a good sign. We got it looks like an ambulance that's coming into the stadium. So I didn't see if there was somebody seriously injured on either one of these teams. I know that Seth Slaughter left the field at one point looking hobbled for the Yellow Jackets, but he's back out there at linebacker on that defense right now. Second down, toss right side, and Kishbaugh bouncing outside, and he does a pretty good job to get a chunk of that yardage, but again, it's Cody Wallace who was going out there with the play, and I believe Cody brought him down and limited the damage. Only a 2-yard gain on that play for Kishbaugh. You see Wallace peeling off of a block. And, pretty good job at the angle and knocked the ball loose in combination with the other defender. The guy that helped get there was Andy Hoffmeyer. So 3rd down and 19 now. This is a big spot for the Yellow Jacket defense. And pressure on Yeager, and he is going to be dragged down from behind. That is Seth Slaughter with the quarterback sack, and he brings him down inside the 35. A loss on the play of 7 yards, and the second sack of the day for the Yellow Jacket defense. And it comes at a big, big moment. 4th down and a long way to go. 4th and 20. I think that's 26. The situation. That's a great job by Seth Slaughter, providing the pressure on the quarterback. Yeager punts it away. Nobody back deep for the Yellow Jackets, and that's unfortunate for Blue Ridge. That's going to take a huge bounce, and the Cougars have flipped the field. That's beautiful. If that Cougar defense makes a play here, they're going to get set up and get the ball back in great field position, right? Wow. Give the Yellow Jackets tons of credit for the effort out there, but now their offense, because they failed to send anybody back to return the punt, their offense is going to have to get some serious work done for sure. They're going to operate once again out of the shadow of their own goal line. And the last time they were in a similar position, the confidence level in that offense was certainly not very high. And they're going to work from their own 4-yard line now. Hunter Martinez, the quarterback, brings them out of the huddle. And he'll toss it. And that is going to get to the 6-yard line, a 2-yard pickup on this play. It looked like Cody Wallace was the guy that got the task there, got the assignment. He picked up the 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead. Well, hey, listen, the game it remained close because the Yellow Jackets, as I said earlier, they were able to get 2 takeaways so far in the game. They have recovered 2 Sholo fumbles, and they blocked the punt that set up their only touchdown of the game so far. Sam Montoya touchdown. This is going to be a delay here. I don't know that the Yellow Jackets can get the play off here. 2nd down and 8. We got 1:28 remaining in the half. Well, there's the 5-second count off by the back judge. They got the play off. Seth Slaughter has it. And there's going to be a penalty on Sholo, I believe. Sholo, defender on the far side of the field, tackled one of the Blue Ridge players away from the play. I think that might be a personal foul. We'll see what the official says.
Red ball. Personal foul. Defense. Number 52. 15-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Well, that was just a bad play. You can't let yourself get into that situation. And it comes after the play and after a short gain. For the Yellow Jackets, they tack 15 onto this one. That sends it out to the 26-yard line, and now the Yellow Jackets got room to breathe. And quickly line it up. 1st down play, toss it to Seth Slaughter, and Seth will cut it back into the jaws of that defense. And not much happening there. 2-yard gain for Seth on that play. But more importantly, what's happening here is the Yellow Jackets are just draining that clock. Under 50 seconds now remaining here in the 1st half. And that is, I mean, if you were to ask Coach Hathcock, Jeremy Hathcock, what he would hope to accomplish, well, one of those things would be take as much time off the clock every time he's got the football as he possibly can. And his team is getting that job done for him as we take a look at the replay. Now let's get back to the action on 2nd down and 8. Rolling out. Martinez throwing, and his receiver is knocked down, but the pass was nowhere near where it needed to be. Hoffmeyer, the intended receiver, and he is asking, well, he was coming over. I thought he was going to ask for some help from one of the officials, but there was no official in that area. He got knocked down, but yeah, it was so far from a catchable pass that I think it would have been a stretch to throw the flag right there in that situation. 3rd down and 8 after the incomplete pass stops the clock with 15 seconds remaining here in the 1st half, everybody. You wanted a great game, you got one tonight. Turns out this game a little bit closer, a little bit more drama going on in this one, especially with the Yellow Jackets fighting for a playoff spot. Certainly in worse position regarding playoff outcome than Sholo. Will get a marker down. We have seen few markers thrown in the game. This will be an offside on the defense. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Penalty. Still. 2nd down.
Somebody lined up where they shouldn't have been, and it's a 5-yard mark off. And on 3rd down now, the Yellow Jackets can look at maybe doing something different. 3rd down and 3 for Blue Ridge after that penalty. Well, you know, you might have thought and looked and said Snowflake Round Valley was the game, but toward the end of that 1st half, Snowflake was able to come up with an interception, their 3rd interception at that point of the game, takeaway from Round Valley, and then a 60-yard touchdown pass from Caden Cantrell to Lance Christensen. And it was 29-0 at that point. And now, actually 36. David Simmons comes in at quarterback, and he gets sandwiched for a loss in the backfield. And they brought Simmons in to try to take the ball around the right edge of the defense. Nothing happening there. That's a 4-yard loss on the play, and you'll see Simmons right there running right into Bryson Ryan. Nowhere to go. He has to eat the football. And that right there, effectively the final play of the 3rd quarter here tonight at Sholo High School, everybody. Hey, this is a great game we got going on for you tonight. Still some drama left. Still anybody's to win. And a 14-10 Sholo lead. Stand by. The 4th quarter is on the way in a moment. You are listening to and watching the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Don't go anywhere.
Value.
is not the price you pay for something, it's what you get out of it. It's a car that goes 200,000 miles. It's a truck that fires up every morning so you can provide for your family. It's reliability, cost of ownership, personal satisfaction. All areas where Toyota is an undisputed leader in the industry. Hatch Toyota is the #1 dealership in the White Mountains, bringing you award-winning vehicles, like more 2021 Kelley Blue Book Best Buys than any other manufacturer. RAV4, compact SUV Best Buy. Tacoma, mid-size truck Best Buy. Sienna, minivan Best Buy. And RAV4 Prime, plug-in hybrid Best Buy. Plus, you get Toyota Care, a complimentary maintenance plan including roadside service for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Come in to talk to one of our product specialists. They're not on commission, so there's no pressure. Hatch Toyota, delivering value to your life every day at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit, excludes government and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Well, on 4th down, to start the 4th quarter, the Yellow Jackets punt the football. They have to get rid of it. And it is downed at the Sholo 38-yard line. Welcome back into the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Number 7 ranked Sholo, number 12 Blue Ridge. And it's shaping into one of those great Sholo Blue Ridge showdowns, isn't it? 14-10, Sholo in front as we start the 4th quarter, but the Cougars have the football, and we'll see if they can avail themselves of the weaponry on that offense. They've got so much speed, so much talent on that offense, and we've yet to come on by. You don't have to duck. You don't have to duck. I could see some folks walking by our broadcast location. The Jacksons, that's who that was. Here's a handoff up the middle, and the Yellow Jackets are able to corral Ryan Kishbaugh as he gets out to the 41-yard line, a 3-yard pickup on the play. And the first 4th quarter offensive effort by the Cougars. Tackle made by Herschel Gregg. And once again, Herschel gets help from Crete Valerie, who's been making some plays out there. 2nd down play. 4-point Sholo lead. Here's the handoff. Right side, Kishbaugh broke a couple of tackles, and he's out there near the line to gain for the first down. And boy, he got that little head of steam as he turned it up, and it looked like he might turn that into a massive, massive gain. Look at this, the chain gang. Guys, you can't go till you're told. And now they've reset the chains, and who knows if they're anywhere near where they were supposed to be. They moved way early. The down marker went to the spot, but that he's supposed to do that. That ends up being a 6-yard gain on that last play, and it's just about a half-yard shy for Kishbaugh and the Sholo offense. 3rd down as they approach midfield, ball at the 47-yard line. They'll hand it off up the middle. Bryson Ryan trying to get the tough yardage, and he'll dig those legs and drive those feet and get the first down as he crosses into Yellow Jacket territory. A gain of 6 yards on the play for Bryson. He was pumping those legs and keeping it going. 10:21 on the clock and counting down here in the 4th quarter. This big matchup, the annual Sholo Blue Ridge Showdown. Twins left, set up, I formation, and look at Kishbaugh breaking tackles. Somehow he was able to glance off the big hit put on him by Herschel Gregg, who now is going to run off the field. Or is he staying? Sorry, I thought he was running off. He must be going off to get some instruction from Frank Girardi, the defensive coordinator. Wow, big hit, but Kishbaugh staying alive, staying on his feet. 2 yards the gain on the play, but more so is just that street cred you get from taking on Herschel Gregg and not going down. It's a good effort by Ryan Kishbaugh. 2nd down and 8. Well, at the Yellow Jacket 46-yard line. Motion, that was motion to the line, but no call. Handoff. And it looks like a gain of, well, that's going to be a gain right at 5, maybe 6. Call it a 6-yard pickup on the play. Didn't see who carried for Sholo, but listen, they're moving the ball. They're advancing nicely here. 3rd down and short. Look for maybe a hard count right here. We'll see. Lane Perkins will report in the play. Well, I guess the quarterback was on the sideline. And that is Colt Dieger bringing it in. They'll split Preston Power out to the wide to the right. Third down and about 3. Long snap count. Handoff Bryson Ryan. And Bryson is going to get the first down. 4-yard gain for Bryson. Well, listen, if you need the tough short yardage, what are you going to do? I give it to number 1. Give it to Bryson. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say this as well. Bryson is not supposed to be wearing a jersey number 1. You're a fullback. Okay? You're a fullback linebacker type. You're supposed to wear like 44. Like, take Preston Powers' jersey. Or 42. One of those, maybe a 38. But that jersey number 1 right there got the first down yardage for Sholo, and they moved the chains again. Now 8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in the fourth period. Critical fourth quarter. Handoff Nash Brewer deep in the backfield. He is trapped. Can he get away? Look at him fight through and make a ton of yardage where there shouldn't have been any. His first run from scrimmage, really. And we're going to count that as a 5-yard gain. Should have lost yardage. Just so elusive and tough to bring down. What a run by Nash. And 2nd down and 5 for Sholo. There was the first escape. And then right there should have been brought down. And he just wouldn't go down. He just refused. It's a great run by Nash. But taking a lot of time off the clock here. And with the effort of the Yellow Jacket defense, Sholo, I think, is content to do that. They want to take as much time as they can. Hand off to Bryson Ryan, ball on the ground. And the Yellow Jackets say they've got it. The officials have not indicated yet. They're coming in on the play. Sholo is bringing in other personnel, and it's a fumble. 3rd fumble of the night, recovered by the Yellow Jackets. May have not led in this game. So we see it was Bryson that had it, and it didn't look like anybody knocked it out. At least I didn't see it. Looked like it might have just came out of his grip. We'll get another look at it. That top camera look as he bounced it left side, and the ball just came out. Maybe forced out by Herschel Gregg. Recovery for the Yellow Jackets. They've got the ball at their own 33-yard line, taking over with 7:13 on the clock. And hand it off. And that'll be a short gain. The Yellow Jackets take it to the 35-yard line. 2-yard pickup on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up, and the Yellow Jackets, they've just lingered. They've just hung around, and they've really got to play in these final 6 minutes and 43 seconds. They got to play like their playoff lives depend on it, because I really believe they do. If they win this game, they got a great shot at making the postseason. You lose this game as the number 12 ranked team, they might find themselves on the bubble, and they've got Payson next week, and I don't think even a win over Payson is going to help them much in the rankings. Slowly up the middle, and a very modest gain. Straight ahead. Maybe a yard. We'll call it a yard gain. And I'm not sure who carried. Maybe Montoya. It's hard to tell in the midst of all of that. So difficult in the double wing offense to check. We don't have a spotter, so I can't really dial in on who might have the ball. But 3rd down and 7. Now, this is a big play. 3rd down and 7. The Yellow Jackets have to convert. You can't count on getting another possession in the game, I don't think. Quickly to the line. And then they try to draw Sholo offside and then call timeout.
Blue Ridge, that is their 2nd of the half.
Well, Blue Ridge, Spence, as you heard, their 2nd time out here in the 2nd half. Valuable timeouts. These are this stage of the game. Grab a word in from Beeler Orthodontics, everybody. Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. A good one here. Sholo 14, Blue Ridge 10. Stand by, everybody.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend. With his team behind 17-0, he was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
Well, back into it, everybody. Big moment here for the Yellow Jackets as they spend some time in the timeout that they have called. They have one remaining for the football game. We've got 5:41 left on the clock. The Yellow Jackets could use up the majority of that if they can keep this possession going down the field. Certainly, and probably won't break off any long gains. You see that graphic up on the screen next week's game as we see a halfback pass, throwback to the quarterback. Intercepted! Intercepted by Sholo! Ray Pedraza, he's got a convoy down the right sideline, and Pedraza goes inside the 10-yard line. He wasn't fooled for a moment, and the Sholo Cougars are set up in prime position to put some insurance on the board. What a play by the Cougars. And Ray Pedraza just lurking around out there as you watch Montoya throw back. He's looking for the quarterback, and it's just taken away by Pedraza. Steps up, high points it, and with 5:30 left, Sholo is set up. Try to make this a 2-score game. They get it to the 7-yard line after that great return by Ray Pedraza. Split backs behind the quarterback, Colton Yeager, and he'll give it left side. That's a handoff. And the cutback by Ryan Kishbaugh. And Kishbaugh takes it inside the 5-yard line. Mark him down at the 4. 3-yard gain for Kishbaugh. And second down and goal, a situation. Wow. Well, we don't normally do a play of the game, but right now that Ray Pedraza interception and the first turnover of the day by the Yellow Jackets, that is huge at the moment. Left side, handoff in the end zone. That is a Cougar touchdown. Ryan Kishbaugh taking it in from 4 yards out. Kishbaugh, the touchdown. Well, the Yellow Jackets had led the takeaway game to that point. And Sholo, all they needed was the one. And there's the man right there, Ray Pedraza, with a huge play to set his guys up. And cashed in by Ryan Kishbaugh. It's Kishbaugh's second touchdown of the night. The try for 2. They're going to throw to the pylon, and that is intercepted by the Yellow Jackets. Yeah, I think that was David Simmons who intercepted the ball on the point after try. So was it Pedraza that actually scored the touchdown? We're taking a look at the replay on the 2-point try. David Simmons stepping in front of Preston Power, the big fella. And for the interception. We'll grab a timeout, everybody. A word in from Cellular One. What a game here at Sholo High School. 20-10, the Cougars in front of Blue Ridge. The Sports on Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota.
Take it to the max with Free for Life from Cellular One. Activate a new line of service with Free for Life, and you'll get the Sky D5 Max smartphone for free. Plus, you get 5 gigabytes of LTE, unlimited nationwide talk and text, and unlimited Facebook for free. See how to qualify and get your free for Life Sky D5 Max smartphone while supplies last at any Cellular One store or at mycellular1.com. Free for Life is a government-subsidized Lifeline product available to eligible customers. Only one Lifeline phone per household. Not transferable. Other restrictions apply.
And back into it, the final moments of this one tonight at Sholo High School, everybody. Thanks for joining us on the Sports on Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota. Sholo moves ahead now 20-10 after the 4-yard touchdown run by Ray Pedraza. I called it Ryan Kishbaugh, and I was corrected. You saw it on the replay. Pedraza got the interception, and Coach Hernandez said, "Hey, we're gonna let him run it in as well." Pedraza scores the points, gets the touchdown for the Cougars. Yeah, the 2-point conversion was no good. Well, this is what the Yellow Jackets have to do here with 4:47 left. They have to come up with some big plays. And it's just not a normal part of the arsenal such as it is for the Yellow Jackets. They've got the ball at their own 27-yard line here with this possession. They got to score quickly for them, quickly. And then they've got to get an onside kick, and then they've got to score with that. And I'm not suggesting an impossibility here, but with this offense, it's a tall task for sure. We'll see how the Cougars opt to defend it. One thing that we saw as a vulnerability in the Round Valley game a couple of weeks ago was the middle of that defense. But Yellow Jackets just don't run anything that way. They don't throw down the seam. As they toss it to Cody Wallace, and Wallace gets knocked down pretty quick-like by that Sholo defense. We'll say no gain on the play for Cody. 2nd down and 10. Yellow Jackets, they're on 27-yard line. Again, going right up the middle. This time it's Seth Slaughter crossing the 30-yard line. Seth got a bit of it. There, he got maybe 4 yards on the play for Seth. Should bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Yellow Jackets, forcing themselves into a situation they don't like to be in. And the possibility they may have to throw the ball. Well, the Yellow Jackets have to get Christian Roman off the field. He kind of hobbles off a bit. He had to miss some action earlier on in the season with injury. Here's the trap inside, 1st down yardage, and Seth Slaughter is knocked down at the 41. Well, that's a nice gain straight up the middle, 10-yard gain. One of the seriously longest plays from scrimmage so far tonight for the Yellow Jackets. 10-yard gain. Now they have a couple of plays. Like I said, they threw the forward pass, as they refer to it at Blue Ridge High School these days. The forward pass. And they've had a couple of pass completions on the night, but that 10-yard run is about as long as they've had from scrimmage. Here's Cody Wallace, and Wallace won't get 10, but he might get 6 on this play as he takes it up. And we approach 3 minutes remaining in the game. Here's the toss to Cody. And we'll see exactly what they give Cody, where the mark is finally made. 6 yards. 6-yard gain on the play for Wallace. 2nd down and 4. The Yellow Jackets running out of time, under 3 minutes remaining in this one. They took a lot of time there in the huddle, and they hand it off at the middle. Sam Montoya, I believe, gets this carry. And Montoya takes it into Sholo territory. And the Yellow Jackets suggesting that they're not quite done with this one yet. It's a 12-yard gain on the play for Sam. But again, time is not the friend of the Yellow Jackets in the moment. They're at the Sholo 41-yard line. They'll give it on the little trap. Montoya got hit early, escaped the first contact, and got out to about the 40-yard line. A gain of 1 on that play, but that will take precious time off the clock as we now look at 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. It is 52-8 at the Round Valley Dome after a Sam Crockett 45-yard field goal just tacked on a moment ago. 52-8. Snowflake dominating Round Valley right now. 2nd down play. Handoff. And up the middle it goes. Battle for it. Fight. Boy, I tell you, they stood the Yellow Jacket runner straight up. I think it's Crete Valerie. It was Valerie carrying the football. He got stood up and knocked down, and a very unfriendly knockdown on the play. We'll get a 3-yard gain on this one for Valerie. 3rd down and 6. The Yellow Jackets with 96 seconds remaining in regulation. They got to score a touchdown and get an onside kick. Cody Wallace trying to get to the edge on that right side. There's just no cutback lane for him, and he kind of got to the line of scrimmage, got knocked down in bounds as well, and that's going to hurt him. Quarterback gets up slowly. Hunter Martinez is grabbing his hamstring. No gain on that play. 4th down and 6 now. And here's the game right here. The Yellow Jackets, as such, have to take their final timeout in this one. Minute 8 remaining in regulation, everybody. Big win for Snowflake tonight at the Dome. I mean, a statement win for the Snowflake Lobos. We talked a lot about the fact that they lost to Round Valley at the Dome last year, and in a game that was pretty much dominated for 3 quarters by Round Valley before Snowflake scored a couple of late touchdowns and made it look a little closer on the scoreboard than it really was throughout that game. And I think that loss has lived with the Lobos for a solid year. They've been waiting for this chance. They didn't know before the year, well, I guess for a couple of months before the year, but they didn't certainly realize last year during the school year that they were going to have to play Round Valley at the Dome again. 2 consecutive years at the Dome. Wow. Hey, coming up, the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game will be announced. Thank you to White Mountain Regional Medical Center, our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game the rest of this season on into basketball and then our spring sports season as well. The Yellow Jackets line up in an illegal formation as far as I can tell, unless that's a tight end on the near side of the formation. I guess it is. It's completely legal. My bad. The tackle was covered. And on 4th down, Martinez trying to find Cody Wallace near the sideline on the short side of the field, and it's incomplete. Maybe that wasn't the short side of the field, my bad. And that incomplete pass will turn the ball over on downs back to Sholo with 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining in the game. And that was the last gasp for the Yellow Jackets. Sholo is going to pick up a hard-fought and much-deserved home victory tonight over the Yellow Jackets. Blue Ridge has no timeouts remaining, can't stop the clock. And Colton Yeager will take a knee. He's going to have to do that one more time. And this one will be in the books. That's a great game. Give the Yellow Jackets a lot of credit. There weren't many people that thought Blue Ridge could keep the game close, and the Yellow Jackets had a 4th quarter possession and great field position that could have resulted for them in a go-ahead touchdown as late as the 4th quarter of this one. As we see that final knee taken by Sholo, the teams are going to shake hands and hug it out, and at the end of just a great battle tonight, put one in the books. Win for Sholo. They're going to go to 8-1 now on the season. 8-1. They were ranked number 7. The 12th ranked Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets will drop to 5-3, and now it becomes just to cross your fingers if you're the Yellow Jackets, because they needed this win for their playoff hopes. Who knows what happens with the rankings that will come out on Tuesday. But I got to believe that this is going to hurt the Yellow Jackets, and you've got to finish probably in the top 14. Maybe the top 15 gets you in power rankings, but top 14 if you don't win your region. So we get a good look at these kids at the end. There's Ray Pedraza, that huge interception. That's got to be the play of the game, right? The interception, and then Coach gave him the ball for the 4-yard touchdown run that put it out of reach for the Yellow Jackets. That gave the 2-score lead for Blue Ridge, made it 20-10. And provided the victory tonight for the Sholo Cougars. What a game. It's a good one tonight here. We'll grab us a timeout, everybody, and get on to our post-game wrap-up from Sholo High School here in just a moment. Yeah, it was a good one in the books here. Stick around, everybody. We'll break it down for you soon. The Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, the show the coaches call, is also on the way here tonight from Cougar Stadium. Don't go anywhere. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week has been presented by Hatch Toyota. 20-10. Sholo beats Blue Ridge tonight. We're back with more in just a bit.
Selecting the Hatch Toyota Tundra you want to be seen driving is no easy task. First off, there are 6 trim levels, from get it done to blow the neighbors away at the HOA meeting. You got 12 colors, from voodoo blue, the Barcelona red metallic, there's even an army green. What do you expect from a truck built in Texas? Heck, the folks over at Kelley Blue Book have awarded Toyota Best Truck Brand for the last 10 years. So whether your cargo is hay bales, quads, or the Pee Wee soccer team, your Hatch Toyota Tundra has the power and the capacity to get everything out and back safely. Hatch Toyota is the White Mountains' #1 Tundra dealer. We've got brand new Tundras on the lot right now and more arriving daily. Come test drive one today at Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Excludes government and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
The team at Beam & Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend with his team behind 17-0. He was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Well, this month, when you use the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass to replace your insured windshield, you have a shot at getting them all. This month, everyone who gets an insured windshield replaced gets 2 tickets to the
Willis Farm Haunt, Night of Pestilence.
And then your name goes in the hat to be drawn for an escape to Las Vegas, where you will have lower level premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today, 536-5972.
Imagine this, a professional healthcare partner that's concerned about you, your choices, your health, your safety. At White Mountain Regional Medical Center in Springerville, choice and elevating your healthcare experience is a mission of our new CEO. Experienced physicians and friendly staff. Whether you need a rapid COVID-19 test, a vaccination, or you're looking to utilize the newest MRI, CT scan, or nuclear medicine technology, White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Hey everybody, welcome back in as we get our post-game wrap-up on tonight's broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week, presented by Hatch Toyota. Get it underway, everybody. 20-10, Sholo takes down Blue Ridge. Great game, classic game, and a nice win for the Sholo Cougars. They're now 8-1 on the season. We'll see if this win over Blue Ridge helps them in the power rankings. Obviously, the teams in front of them are going to be a consideration as well, and how they have done on the night. I do have this for you on that big matchup of number 1 versus number 2. Number 1, Valley Christian versus number 2, American Leadership Academy of Gilbert North. That game being played at Gilbert tonight. And if this report can be trusted, I got a report that late in that game, the score was ALA of Gilbert North in front of Valley Christian 44-0. 44-0. ALA Gilbert North in front of Valley Christian. We're going to find out for sure here in just a little bit. We'll give you a scoring update on that on the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, the show the coaches call. And I'm very interested in what's happening in St. John's and the outcome of that game. St. John's hosting the Holbrook Roadrunners, the mighty, mighty Roadrunners. We do have this score from our good friend Jerry Glochet down in White River. He reports that the Altusay Falcons knocked off Red Mesa tonight, 56-8. Boy, that's not very friendly to a team that traveled halfway across the state to come and play a football game. I say that jokingly, of course. 56-8. Congratulations to the Algesay Falcons on a big win tonight over Red Mesa. And Jerry says, enjoyed your broadcast. Well, Jerry, thank you for that, my friend. And always good to hear from you. He also reports that the Phoenix Suns are beating the Lakers with 5:23 remaining in the game. The Suns over the Lakers right now, 103-83. How about that? How about that slow start by the Suns? Well, was it Denver that made them look silly a few nights ago? But tonight, Suns taking down LeBron James and the Lakers, beating them by 20 in the second half. Back to football, and the Snowflake Lobos with a big victory tonight over the Round Valley Elks. The final score in that one, 52-8. Sam Crockett kicked a 52-yard field goal in the Dome. Perfect conditions for kicking the football. That's what you get in the Dome. And he was able to put the final Snowflake points on the board and the final score in the game, 52-8. 52-8 Snowflake over Round Valley. Well, back to this game, back to the one we brought you here at Sports on Radio, our game of the week. And Sholo ends up with a 20-10 victory. It's a great game, and even as late as midway through the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets were still in position. They might have won this football game. They got possession of the ball, down 14-10. Unfortunately, they, on a little trickeration, tried a halfback pass, a throwback pass to the quarterback. Ray Pedraza made the play of the game, stepping in front, getting the interception, returning it to the 7-yard line, and a couple of plays later, Carlo Hernandez called Ray's number on offense, gave him the ball, and he took it in from 4 yards out for the final score in this one, making it 20-10 and providing Sholo with the victory tonight. Let's give you a little more on how the scoring did unfold tonight. Sholo opened up the scoring, got first points of this one, a touchdown with 11:22 on the clock in the first quarter. In other words, it only took them 38 seconds to get the first points of the game, and they moved the ball 63 yards on their opening possession. 2 big plays in a 3-play drive. They gained 33 yards on first down, and they scored on an 18-yard Cooper Irvin touchdown run. Cooper took it in. The kick was no good, and the score at that stage early on, 6-0 Sholo in front. The Cougars would add more points. It took till the second quarter for that to happen with 2:49. They'll make it 7:43 on the clock in the second quarter. The Cougars were able to get a safety, tackling Blue Ridge in the end zone, make it 8-0. And then after the free kick, that gave Sholo great field position at the 49-yard line. Well, they went on a 51-yard, 9-play scoring drive. And Ryan Kishbaugh finished it off with a 2-yard touchdown run. The kick failed again for Sholo, but they led 14-0 with 2:49 remaining in the first half. Blue Ridge moved the ball nicely on their final possession of the half. They had just 2:49 to work with. They were able to get the ball down after completing 2 forward passes. The forward pass by the Yellow Jackets, amazing. And they were able to get the ball inside the 5-yard line. And with 1 second on the clock, they kicked a 20-yard field goal. Dominic Ortega converting for the Yellow Jackets to make sure that they weren't shut out today. And the score going into halftime was 14-3. 14-3, the big lead for Sholo at halftime. Blue Ridge came out, and on their third possession of the third quarter, after going 3 and out, and then giving the ball up on downs, their second third quarter possession, Blue Ridge finally put something together. They blocked a punt. First of all, they blocked a Sholo punt, took the ball over at the 3-yard line, and 3 plays later, Sam Montoya took it in for the Yellow Jackets. A 1-yard touchdown run for Montoya. The kick was good, and that made it 14-10. The Yellow Jackets were in business and in the game. I mentioned that they had a chance with the ball, but threw an interception with 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Ray Pedraza picked it off, took it to the 7-yard line on a nice return, and then ran it in from 4 yards out to cap off all the scoring tonight. The 2-point conversion was unsuccessful by Sholo, but it didn't matter in the outcome. 20-10 was the score then, and that's your final score in this one tonight. Great victory for the Sholo Cougars as they battled to try and get a first-round home playoff game. Top 8 teams in the rankings will do that very thing. Right now, Sholo, ranked number 7, might even improve upon that. We'll see what the rankings look like when they come out on Tuesday. We'll also look at the teams in front of them in the rankings and see how they turned out on a night like tonight. We do know that American Leadership Academy of Gilbert North is going to be the new number 1 ranked team in the state because they are demolishing Valley Christian tonight. I don't know what the final score is going to end up being, but we believe there was a fourth quarter score of 44-0 at one point. Stick around. We've got more going on in our postgame wrap-up. We'll speak with the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And guess who's going to pick that one up tonight? We're going to just make that announcement right here, right now. It's the running back for the Sholo Cougars, the junior. His name is Ryan Kishbaugh. And Ryan is a guy who might just get that honor, that award a few more times before he is all said and done playing his football at Sholo High School. 18 carries, 126 yards. It's an average of 7 yards a carry and a touchdown for Ryan tonight. He was the standout on that offense. And we'll speak with him here in just a few moments and anoint him the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. We'll also talk with one of his teammates. Guy made a critical second-half play there. Ray Pedraza is going to join us as well, pair of juniors, here in our postgame wrap-up. And we'll speak to the defensive coordinator as well. Danny Hawkins is going to join us. We'll continue here from our location at Sholo High School, where we are going to go on into the night, everybody. Yes, we are. We are going to continue here with the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show after our postgame wrap-up, but that continues here in just a moment. We'll speak to the players and the coach and more here coming up. Don't go anywhere. Final score again, 20-10. Sholo beats Blue Ridge tonight in the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's brought to you by Hatch Toyota.
Ready for a new ride?
2 kids, 2 dogs, too many miles. I'm ready.
Had it since college. I'm ready.
Hatch Toyota has a great selection right now. Nobody has inventory like us. All makes and models, domestic and imports, cars, trucks, and SUVs.
But I don't want to get hustled.
Then don't. At Hatch Toyota, we have changed how to buy a car. Now, a floor product specialist works with you, and they are non-commissioned. Their job is to listen, then to help you score a new-to-you car, crossover, truck, or sport utility that fits your budget and lifestyle. And because we deal with volume, we pass along the savings. Nobody sells a better pre-owned vehicle. So are you ready for a new ride?
I'm ready.
We have inventory. We have product specialists. Nobody sells a better pre-owned car, crossover, truck, or sport utility than Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at HatchToyota.com, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit, plus tax, title, license, and dealer doc fee. See dealer for details.
Hello, sports fans. This is Sports Zone Radio's Floyd Simmons. Here at the Sports Zone, we do many different things to provide the best sports coverage in the region. Countless hours and miles on the road for our digital radio broadcasts and exhausting hours spent capturing and editing the best video around. We also create one-of-a-kind custom posters. And if you're a coach or athletic director, talk to us about shooting your school or team's photography. I guarantee you, no one will work harder to do it better. Just go to our website and look for samples or call us for details. The number to call is 928-358-7905. Again, that's 928-358-7905. Hey everybody, welcome back into our broadcast location at Sholo High School tonight. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week has been presented by Hatch Toyota. And on this night here, this very mild and beautiful night for football, the Sholo Cougars knock off the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 20-10. And we welcome you back. We'll begin our interview process here. We'll be shooting some videos. We always do. And that'll begin with the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game, Ryan Kishbaugh. Joins us here in just a moment. Don't forget, our next broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, or the Game of the Week, is going to be next Friday night to wrap up the regular season. We will follow Sholo one more time as they take on the Snowflake Lobos, who got that massive win tonight over Round Valley, 52-8 the final score. Snowflake taking down the Round Valley Elks. Another big final We don't have the final score yet, but American Leadership Academy of Gilbert North pretty much dismantled Valley Christian tonight, and we'll have that actual final score coming up in a bit. We're also looking forward to finding out what happened at St. John's tonight. The mighty Roadrunners taking on the St. John's Redskins to find out who is going to win the 2A Little Colorado region. And that's what that game was all about. Big game for the Holbrook Roadrunners especially. In that one, we'll get you a final score coming up in just a bit. Well, welcome back in, everybody, to Sholo High School. Floyd Simmons here on the play-by-play call of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's presented by Hatch Toyota, and just a great game tonight. Big game that saw the Sholo Cougars take down Blue Ridge. Final score 20-10. Sholo came in ranked number 7. Their record now improves to 8-1, and we'll see what they will look like in the standings that will be released on Tuesday by the AIA. This Sholo team is fighting for a first-round home playoff game. And this big win tonight over Blue Ridge certainly helps the cause as far as that is concerned. But a big win tonight. This was a game. It was a great game. It was a close game. The Yellow Jackets blocked a punt, turned it into points in the fourth quarter, and that helped to make it a one-score game. The Yellow Jackets would get the ball back after that with an opportunity to get their first lead of the game. If they were to be able to take it down the field, they could not because that Sholo defense was too stout, and they got a big play out of Ray Pedraza, who we'll also talk to a little in just a few moments. But why don't we do this now? Why don't you join us, folks, as we talk to the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game, and that's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And we're proud to announce that the recipient tonight of that is the junior running back that rushed for, I believe, 126 yards on the night. Yeah, 126 on 18 carries and a touchdown. His name is Ryan Kishbine. He joins us now. Ryan, congratulations today.
Thank you.
Big win for you and the guys. And you take down your rival. Talk about the meaning of the game and the win for you guys tonight.
It was a lot. Our team's good. Yeah.
Your team is good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent, and it's a team that has got a ton of depth at the running back position. I want to talk about your development, okay, as a runner. Because you go back to last year when you were a sophomore, maybe 10 pounds lighter, something like that.
Yeah.
About that, you're not the biggest guy in the world anyway.
Yeah.
And you didn't fight through a lot of tackles as a sophomore.
No, sir.
And even at the beginning of this year, I thought that that was still a part of your game that was developing. But I'm watching you out there tonight, and the last time you played, the last time we saw you against Round Valley, you have turned into such a hard runner between the tackles, and despite the stable of running backs you have, you get those carries then, your speed and everything else. But talk about what you're doing to, kind of elevate that physical part of your game.
Just lifting with Reed. He's a really good weights coach, and our coaches are really good.
Well, the team is good too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those guys. How about the rest of that stable of running backs? Bryson Ryan gave you guys some big runs. He helped convert a couple of times when you needed a first down. Bryson in the backfield. Cooper Irvin scored the first touchdown of the game. You guys are loaded back there in the backfield.
Yeah, you can count on anyone to run the ball back there. All of us can run the ball.
Yeah, no question about it. And I want to ask you to give a word on the guy that's over there that we'll talk to here in a moment, Ray Pedraza. I thought he made the play of the game.
Yeah.
The Yellow Jackets were trying to convert, trying to keep a possession going, and they ran a little trick play, a little halfback pass, throwback to the quarterback. And Ray read it beautifully. He wasn't fooled at all, and he high points it, gets the interception. And then coach gives him the ball to take it in for the touchdown. Talk about Ray's efforts out there.
Oh, he's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. He's just someone else.
He seems like a guy that's got that great football IQ.
Yeah.
Just knows the game, right?
Yeah. When we were younger, me and him played linebacker, and he could read every play. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's got the
IQ.
He's got the sensibilities for sure.
Yeah.
A big win for you, 20-10. When Coach Hernandez and Coach Hawkins, when they talk to you guys about objectives, what lies in front of you, and the fact that you came into the game ranked number 7, what are those specific objectives? Certainly, it seems you must be out there thinking and playing for playoff seeding and positioning. What's going on with you guys?
We're trying to get into playoffs. I'm pretty sure we're a playoff team.
Absolutely,
It looks like that. And, so just trying to get to the playoffs every game.
How important would it be to get a home playoff game?
Oh, really important. I think we play best when we're at home, protecting the Cougar Den.
Yeah, and how about the crowds that are coming out for you guys this year?
Oh, yeah. I've never seen bigger crowds.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's pretty fun for you guys, I'm sure. You mentioned the game next week. You get to take on Snowflake, go over there, their place, and play the Lobos, who got that huge win tonight over Round Valley. What's the mindset like for the Cougars going into that game?
Just have a good week of practice, and I don't know. Have a good week of power practice.
There you go, and be ready for the game, right?
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, thanks for joining us. And the first of what I think might be many, with your talent, many Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game Awards. We congratulate you on the win tonight, okay?
Thank you.
You got it. Ryan Kishbar right there. And Ryan picks up the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. It's presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Big game for him, 126 yards rushing and a touchdown. Played some stout defense as well for the Cougars in a 20-10 win over the Yellow Jackets tonight. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota. And we continue on in our post-game from Show Low High School, everybody. We're shooting our post-game video wrap-ups, our interviews, and we'll put the highlight packages together as well, and we'll just continue on with that as we bring on another one of these juniors that's been getting the job done for Show Low. And his name is Ray Pedraza. Welcome back to Show Low High School. Our post-game wrap-up continues, everybody, and a big win for Show Low tonight. They moved to 8-1, their record on the season, after knocking off the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. Final score here tonight, 20-10. And a big win for this Show Low team that is fighting and scrapping and battling to try and make sure that they get a first-round playoff game. Certainly they're going to be playoff bound. The question is, what's the seeding going to look like? And win tonight over the number 12 ranked Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets is going to go a long way toward perhaps them getting a first round playoff game. Now, we're going to talk to one of the heroes tonight, guy that made, I think, the play of the game when he intercepted a late Blue Ridge pass, took it to the 7-yard line, and then for good measure, Coach Hernandez calls his number 2 plays later, and he takes it into the end zone on a 4-yard touchdown run. Ray Pedraza joins us now. Ray, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Ray, I'm going to take you to that very moment in the game. The Yellow Jackets had the ball. You had the lead, 14-10, but Blue Ridge had a little bit of momentum right there, and I could tell they were feeling good about themselves. They came out, they needed to convert on I think it was a 3rd and long. They ran a little trickeration, a little halfback throwback to the quarterback, and it didn't fool you even a bit. Talk about the play. Walk us through your effort out there.
It's got to go to Coach Hawk. He prepares us for anything, and he just stay disciplined to what you know.
At what point when that play was being run, because I can't imagine you really saw it on film before. I mean, I haven't seen the Yellow Jackets run it, not that I've seen every play they've run. But at what point did you just absolutely read it and know, here it comes?
I saw the tight end come out. I bumped him, and then the running back came out the backfield, and he's been telling me to watch that all game.
So you pick the ball off, you intercept, you get a little convoy down the sideline, take it to the 7-yard line, and then even though you didn't really run the ball a lot today, you didn't get many touches from the backfield. What was it? What was Coach's behind his decision to give you the ball and let you run it in for the touchdown?
I think he just saw that I had a pick, and he just wanted me to enjoy it.
A little reward.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you like it?
Oh, yes, sir.
A lot of enjoyment there, right? And then knowing, of course, at that point that you've just about put the game out of reach, especially with the Yellow Jackets' inability to really throw the ball downfield. You had to have the confidence, a lot of confidence at that point that you guys are going to come away with the win.
Oh, yes, sir. We just got to stay disciplined and know when we do what we know best.
Can I ask you about, you talked about your preparations on defense. There's an old adage out there, defense wins championships. How do you feel about the Cougars' defense and the chance that it gives you to do something big in the playoffs?
Coach Hawk just sets it up really well. He prepares us for everything, and we just know almost every formation. And our D-line, they're dogs. They keep us sound.
The dogs up front, the dog pound, right? You guys having some fun?
Oh, yes, sir, we are.
Yeah, I could see it. I could tell. And tonight, was a big one for you. Congratulations on it. Enjoy it. You got a big week ahead. You got a big opponent next Friday night. You ready for Snowflake?
Oh, yes, sir. We're going to practice hard.
All right. Good luck on you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. There's Ray Pedraza. Makes, I think, the play of the game with the interception. And then he takes it in for a touchdown run just a couple of plays later to help seal the victory for the Show Low Cougars tonight. They beat Blue Ridge 20-10, the final score, and the Cougars were ranked 7 coming in. An 8-1 record overall at this point of the season. And we'll just see on Tuesday what the rankings look like for the Cougars, and if they get that little bit closer to making sure that they can keep a first-round playoff game coming up. The Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented by Hatch Toyota. We'll continue on our post-game wrap-up, everybody. We see a lot of those taillights still leaving the field, and we trust that many of you are listening to our wrap-up. If you are, can we hear you honk the horn out there? Let me see. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hear the horns honking from there. But thank you for joining us anyway, everybody. And let's get – oh, my gosh, yeah, he's super fast, right? Got a lot of fast guys. All right, let's bring on our final guest here. Back here, one last visit tonight from Show Low High School, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week presented by Hatch Toyota, everybody. And tonight, a huge win for Show Low. They knock off the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets by a final of 20-10. And let's bring on our post-game coach interview here on this one. Danny Hawkins, the defensive coordinator for Show Low, joining us now. Danny, congratulations on the win.
Hey, thanks, Floyd. Really appreciate it.
Well, listen, you guys came out and had a great defensive game plan. I don't think I've seen anybody, deal with that mass of humanity and traffic jam that the Yellow Jackets create in the middle of the field quite as effectively as the Cougars did tonight, is what you guys did. You limited the damage that Seth Slaughter and Cody Wallace and then those guys in the middle do. Talk about the preparation, getting ready for playing a team that runs that double wing and the big collisions in the middle of the field.
I talked to Jeremy a couple weeks ago, and I said, dang you for going this double wing, as it's hard to defend, and he's got the big guys up front. Hats off to my defensive line guys, Brian Ryan and Jeff Johnson. They did a heck of a job this week getting those guys ready for this game because, our nose guard's $130. I'm pretty sure their center has got him by 100-plus pounds, but he is a fighter. Everybody up front, you don't sleep on this team. I think they've been in the doghouse a lot, and they're liking to win, and they work and they work and they work every week. And hats off to that front and those coaches that coached them up this week.
Big win for the Show Low Cougars, 20-10. As we talked to the defensive coordinator, Danny Hawkins. Danny, getting ready for a game like this, the Yellow Jackets coming in, you could throw the records out the window. Not that the records were bad. I mean, they were relatively similar, and the Yellow Jackets got the benefit or the disadvantage, I don't know, of having to take a week off last week. In some ways, you could look at it as a benefit because they got some guys who were injured, got some guys healthy for this one. But what was the, as you approached it, you and the coaching staff and the kids, when you looked at it and you just talk about the size and the meaning of the game, how big was this one for you guys?
There's no doubt about it. If you're not up for this game, something's broken inside, and they practice hard all week, knowing that this is going to be a contest that is huge for playoff seedings. Like you said, we'll see them on Tuesday, but they needed to win. We needed to win. You always want to host games, so it's just the fact that. The rival, right? Everybody around the state, even, the Republic everybody writes about this rival between these two towns, and because it's been going on for so long. Hopefully we're all on this track again that we battle every year for a championship. That's our goal. That's always been our goal. We came back, and I think we're on path. I think that we got a lot of work to do, but the kids, they deserve that win tonight. No doubt about it. They stopped a really, really good offensive team, in my mind, probably one of the best in the state right now.
Coach Hawkins, I want to take you to what I thought was the play of the game, Ray Pedraza and his interception that stopped and thwarted the final gasp for the Yellow Jackets tonight. It was still a close game. It was 14-10 at that point with about 5.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Yellow Jackets trying to convert on, I think, 3rd and long. They threw a halfback pass back to the quarterback, and your guys were not fooled a bit, especially Ray Pedraza, who gave you credit in getting and being set up for that. Talk about the play and talk about the meaning of it. Again, I thought it was the play of the game.
Oh, absolutely. Paul Paul Morobo's told me that anybody can coach good kids, and that's how I feel. We have some of the best athletes, I think, up here, and Ray's one of them. You know, he's so coachable. A kid that played quarterback most of his life, he takes a back seat here, and he steps up on defense and makes a play of the game. That kid could play pretty much anywhere. If he could play tailback, he could play quarterback, and we're lucky to have him. And we practice during the week. Obviously, we see that they only have a couple pass plays. They do them really well. They lure you in, then they're over the top of you. And they got us once, and they got us. Even though you practice and practice, Ray just knew his time was coming. He made the play, and I thought he was going to score there actually, but he did. Right after that, he played offense. He scored the next play, or didn't he? Did he score?
Yeah, it was 2 plays after that. Yeah, but
I get lost after defense comes off the field. But yeah, good for him. You know, he's a great kid. He works hard in the weight room. So hats off to Jeremy and his crew. I think they've done a wonderful job with the injuries they've had. And some of the things that's happened up there. You know, they've had a rough start to the season, but gosh dang, he's got a team that plays hard, and every down they come with it. So hats off to him and his crew.
Talking with Hawko, Danny Hawkins, the defensive coordinator with the Sholo Cougars, and tonight the big win over Blue Ridge. Coach, I'm going to give you the final word on this one, and maybe ask you if you could also give us a word looking ahead to the finale next week. You're going to be at Snowflake to wrap up the regular season. That's a big game for you guys. And who knows, it might have a lot to do with you getting a first-round playoff game. So, final thoughts on this one, and then the look ahead.
You know, they're the champs, right? You got to beat the champs, and so I don't know how we line up with them. They've got more speed than us, which is hard to say, and they got athletes everywhere as well. I think that, and they got the swag. You know, you got that swag going on over there, and good for them. You know, but I think we'll work hard. We'll give it our best shot, and I say, come out and watch it. I think it's going to be fun.
It's going to be the game of the year in the East, that's for sure.
I think so. We'll be ready.
All right, Coach Hawkins, thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thanks, Floyd. Appreciate it.
Big win tonight for the Sholo Cougars. They knock off Blue Ridge. The final count tonight, 20-10. And, that's going to be a big game next week. Big game. Snowflake hosting Sholo to wrap up the regular season. That will be our Sports Zone Radio game of the week. It's all presented by Hatch Toyota. And we congratulate Sholo again. Final score 20-10. They knock out Blue Ridge tonight here at Cougar Stadium. And that right there is going to wrap up our post-game interviews, and that's going to wrap up the video highlights portion. That's what I meant to say, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We're going to grab a timeout. Word in here right now from our presenting sponsors of the game of the week. That's Hatch Toyota. They also bring you the entire Friday night football show, the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. The show the coaches call is on the way here in a little bit as well. I'm going to get through that scoreboard, find out what's happened around the state. These games, these critical Week 9 games, and just one regular season week of football left for the 2A and 3A ranks. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll continue our wrap-up from Sholo High School right after this. Stand by.
Selecting the Hatch Toyota Tundra you want to be seen driving is no easy task. First off, there are 6 trim levels, from get it done to blow the neighbors away at the HOA meeting. You got 12 colors, from voodoo blue, the Barcelona red metallic. There's even an army green. What do you expect from a truck built in Texas? Heck, the folks over at Kelly Blue Book have awarded Toyota Best Truck Brand for the last 10 years. So whether your cargo is hay bales, quads, or the Pee Wee soccer team, your Hatch Toyota Tundra has the power and the capacity to get everything out and back safely. Hatch Toyota is the White Mountains #1 Tundra dealer. We've got brand new Tundras on the lot right now and more arriving daily. Come test drive one today at Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and hatchtoyota.com. Keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit through Toyota Financial Services. Excludes government and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Any insurance agent can provide a quote, return a phone call, or claim to have the best rates. But will your current agent fight alongside you if and when you need to make a claim, discuss options when life changes, or put you and your needs first? At the Troy Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency, that's exactly who you'll get. People over profit. Years of expertise and knowledge, personalized service, and a straightforward, comprehensive, and cost-effective insurance solution. Call or visit the Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency now and experience exactly what you've been missing.
The team at Beam & Well Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam & Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam & Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam & Well Drilling.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend. With his team behind 17-0, he was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Well, this month, when you use the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass to replace your insured windshield, you have a shot at getting them all. This month, everyone who gets an insured windshield replaced gets 2 tickets to the
Willis Farm Haunt, Night of Pestilence.
And then your name goes in the hat to be drawn for an escape to Las Vegas, where you will have lower level premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today, 536-5972.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Hey, everybody, we're back here. We are live at Sholo High School for our postgame wrap-up on the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. We will also bring you the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show coming up here in a little bit. We've got a couple of final scores for you. Yuma Catholic big over Kingman, 62-0. And how about this one? How about Payson going to Winslow and beating the Bulldogs, 32-30? I'm not sure many people saw that one coming. Payson with the win tonight, and that sets up that big finale for them against the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets next week. By the way, that win, you know who's going to love that? That's the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. They're going to love that win right there because they play Payson next week. And if the Yellow Jackets have any hope and prayer left in them after losing this one tonight, well, they've got to beat Payson, and they've got to hope that they get something out of it. With that victory. Hold on one second, everybody. Pardon me on that as we offload our sideline passes here at Sholo High School and give those back. But we're back into it to wrap things up on a 20-10 victory for Sholo tonight over Blue Ridge. Let's have a look at the final stats in this one. And this is an interesting point here, that the Sholo Cougars end the game with 243 yards of total offense. And what's amazing about that is that Sholo had 193 yards of offense at halftime. Only 50 yards in the second half. You've got to give a ton of credit to Frank Girardi and that Blue Ridge defense for what they did in the second half, kept themselves in the game, kept themselves close, and did not let the game get away from them. They were in it with 5.5 minutes left, down by just 4 points, and had the ball before throwing it away. You can see a moment ago you saw that Ray Pedraza interception that sealed the victory, and then the Pedraza touchdown run from 4 yards out give Sholo the victory. But again, 243 yards of offense for the Cougars in this one tonight, 13 first downs in total. They rushed the ball 189 yards tonight, 54 yards passing for Sholo. Penalized 6 times for 54 yards. They fumbled the ball. 3 times and lost all 3 of those fumbles. 3 turnovers that the Yellow Jackets desperately needed to stay in this one tonight. Throwing the football, Colton Yeager completed 2 out of 8 passes for 54 yards. His passes were completed to Nash Brewer, a completion for 33 yards, and Lane Perkins, who caught a pass for 21. And running the football was Ryan Kishball tonight. 18 carries for 126 yards. Led the way and scored a touchdown as well. He was the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Also on the ground, Cooper Irvin, 4 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. Bryson Ryan, 7 rushes for 27 yards tonight. Nash Brewer carried it 1 time for 5 yards. Ray Pedraza, 1 carry for 4 yards. That was a touchdown, by the way. Colton Yeager, 7 carries for -6. He was sacked a couple of times tonight by the Yellow Jacket defense. And on the other side of the ball, the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets, they racked up 161 yards of hard-fought defense against a tough Sholo D out there. 161 yards of offense against the tough Sholo D. 8 first downs in the game for the Yellow Jackets. They ran the ball for 113 yards. They threw the ball for 48 yards in the game. Penalized 1 time for 5 yards. And they never lost a fumble, but they did throw 1 critical interception. That was their 1 turnover in the game, came in that 4th quarter with 5.5 minutes remaining. The Ray Pedraza interception. That set Sholo up for the insurance touchdown at the end of the game. Hunter Martinez, the quarterback, was 1 for 5 for 22 yards. Sam Montoya completed 1 out of 2 passes for 26 yards and 1 interception. David Simmons was 0 for 1 in the game tonight. The vaunted Yellow Jacket passing attack lived down to its expectation tonight. The two receptions made by Blue Ridge, one of those was Seth Slaughter, 1 catch for 26 yards. Andy Hoffmeyer caught the other pass for 22 yards in this one. And running the football, Sam Montoya led the way, 9 carries for 28. It was Seth Slaughter. 20 carries for Seth for 51 yards. That's an average of 2.6 yards a carry. And then Montoya, 9 rushes for 28 yards. That's 3.1 yards. He scored the 1 touchdown that Blue Ridge had today. Cody Wallace, 10 carries for 25 yards. That's 2.5 yards per carry. So between those 3 running backs, and they're good ones, the Sholo defense limited those guys to 3.1, 2.6, and 2.5 yards per carry. What a great night that Sholo defense had, limiting what has been a pretty effective double-wing running offense that the Yellow Jackets have been sporting most of this season. Let's see. Hunter Martinez, 1 rush for 5 yards. Crete Valerie, 2 carries for 6 yards in this one tonight. David Simmons, 1 rush for -2 yards for the Yellow Jackets tonight. That's your look at the stats. Well, a big win for Sholo. They were ranked number 7. Will this win help them in the rankings? Well, at a minimum, you hope that they're just going to maintain that spot. And for Sholo, next week, battling against Snowflake to try and maintain a home playoff game if the Sholo Cougars can get that done. Don't forget our next broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is that one next week. We'll be at Snowflake High School to bring it to you. It's going to be an issue with the stands, but I believe they're going to have plenty of seating for you folks. So, do plan to be there in person, and if not, join us for our broadcast of the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week. It's always presented by Hatch Toyota, and it's always part of the Hatch Toyota Friday night football show. Tonight's final 20-10. Sholo takes down Blue Ridge. Coming up in a few moments, the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show. That's the show the coaches call. Before we roll our final final theme here on the game broadcast, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Sports Zone Radio Network.
This is Sports Zone Radio. Champions play here at Sports Zone Radio.
As always, the Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week is presented on our home for Sports Zone Radio in the White Mountains. That's 98.5 KRFM Sholo. Everybody, thanks for being with us here at Sports Zone Radio. Let's roll that final theme as I say thank you to our outstanding broadcast team led by Derek Simmons, our producer. And tonight on the broadcast, boy, a family affair out there. And almost anybody and everybody in the family was on the broadcast. Our technical director, Dustin Simmons, one of my sons, and also working camera for us tonight, Noah Anderson, one of my other sons. And big thank you to Joe Matthews, for his work on the statistics in this one here tonight. And for the entire crew, Lloyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us tonight from Sholo High School, where the Cougars beat Blue Ridge 20-10. Next week, Snowflake hosting Sholo to wrap up the season. That'll be our next Game of the Week broadcast. Folks, God bless you. Thanks for being with us. Stick around for the Ace Hardware Scoreboard Show in just several minutes from right now, live from Sholo High School, part of the Hatch Toyota Friday Night Football Show.
Ready for a new ride?
2 kids, 2 dogs, too many miles. I'm ready.
Had it since college. I'm ready.
Hatch Toyota has a great selection right now. Nobody has inventory like us. All makes and models, domestic and imports, cars, trucks, and SUVs.
But I don't want to get hustled.
Then don't. At Hatch Toyota, we have changed how to buy a car. Now, a floor product specialist works with you, and they are non-commissioned. Their job is to listen, then to help you score a new-to-you car, crossover, truck, or sport utility that fits your budget and lifestyle. And because we deal with volume, we pass along the savings. Nobody sells a better pre-owned vehicle. So are you ready for a new ride?
I'm ready.
We have inventory. We have product specialists. Nobody sells a better pre-owned car, crossover, truck, or sport utility than Hatch Toyota at the Northern Arizona Auto Mall and at hatchtoyota.com, keeping the White Mountains rolling for 31 years. Offers on approved credit, plus tax, title, license, and dealer dock fee. See dealer for details.
What do tickets to the Willis Farm in Snowflake, tickets to the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas, and tickets to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert all have in common? Well, this month, when you use the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass to replace your insured windshield, you have a shot at getting them all. This month, everyone who gets an insured windshield replaced gets 2 tickets to the
Willis Farm Haunt, Night of Pestilence.
And then your name goes in the hat to be drawn for an escape to Las Vegas, where you will have lower level premium tickets to the December 11th championship night of the National Finals Rodeo. And fantastic tickets that same weekend to see Brooks and Dunn and Reba live in concert on their last tour. Call Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint today, 536-5972.
The month of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Summit Healthcare is offering this reminder to schedule your annual mammogram. In fact, Summit is making it simple, easy, and affordable with this special offer. 2D mammos are just $99 now through the end of October. Purchase your voucher at mdsave.com. A physician order is required. To schedule your mammogram, call 928-537-6554. That's 537-6554. Your 2D mammogram is just $99 now through October 31st at Summit Healthcare.
Any insurance agent can provide a quote, return a phone call, or claim to have the best rates. But will your current agent fight alongside you if and when you need to make a claim, discuss options when life changes, or put you and your needs first? At the Troy Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency, that's exactly who you'll get. People over profit. Years of expertise and knowledge, personalized service, and a straightforward, comprehensive, and cost-effective insurance solution. Call or visit the Merrill Farmers Insurance Agency now and experience exactly what you've been missing.
The team at Beam and Will Drilling is like a great football team. They work hard, they work as a team, and they play to win. Their reputation is second to none, and they proudly call the White Mountains their home, even though they complete projects throughout the entire southwestern United States and beyond. No project is too big or too small for Beam and Well Drilling, so when the time comes for you to punch a hole in the ground, remember the White Mountains' top well drilling team, Beam and Well Drilling. Call anytime, 928-205-7647. Go deep with Beam and Well Drilling.
The year was 2011. Tim Tebow was still playing quarterback in high school, but he was about to become a legend with his team behind 17-0. He was tackled and broke his leg. Despite the excruciating pain, he told his coach, "Don't take me out of the game, I want to play." Tim led his team back and scored the game-winning touchdown on a 20-yard run. The start of the Tim Tebow legend. This is Sports Zone Radio's Byron Brown with a message from Beeler Orthodontics in Sholo. A message to every young White Mountains athlete to never give up. Beeler Orthodontics. Live life with a smile.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Switch to Naked Mobile today, and for a limited time, you'll get the Google Pixel 2 XL free. The Google Pixel 2 XL with a bigger 6-inch display, super fast performance, and greater battery reserve.